The butcher's chair, it creaks tonight. Stories brew under neon light. A whisper, a code, a spark ignites. Kodi Talk! Let the streamers unite! Past to the future! All in one bite! Kodi Talk! Where memories ignite! Press play, rewind, and hold on tight. Where memories ignite! Press play, rewind, and hold on tight. Developers dreaming in lines of code. Enthusiasts chasing the mother load. Add-ons vanish but never erode. Trip down the lane, dusty and bold. Secrets untold, treasures of old. Kodi Talk, Kodi Talk. Let the streamers unite. Past to the future. All in one bite. Kodi Talk. Where memories ignite. Press play, rewind, and hold on tight. Where memories ignite. Press play, rewind, and hold on tight. Go tight, 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 go tight. From skins to builds, the good, the great. Open source love, it's never too late. The butcher's laugh, it sets the bait. Dive in deep, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate.
Damn, if you can't get your ass up for that.
Yeah, woke me up.
Yeah, it's hell. Yeah, look at it. Auburn done rolled in the house, damn shaking his house. So thanks to our brother Beach for the song of the week. Love to have a different song every week, and he knows how I like it a little bit harder. I like music with a little more something to it. So thanks for that song, Beach. We're gonna have another Kodi show, a Kodi Talk show. Don't know where the topics are gonna go. We don't know who will show up. We don't know who's gonna show up in the side chat. But I'm gonna do a little better than I did last week. I'm gonna try to make sure to introduce the people on the panel, as well as the people that pop in on the side chat. So I may interrupt some of the people on the show if I see somebody pops in on the side chat and I highlight their name. I'm gonna call them out and say, hey, thanks for joining, because some of our Kodi icons, some of the third-party guys showed up last week. I mean, TK was in there. Lots of people were over on that side chat, and I didn't get a chance to call their name out. So thanks for everybody joining here. And I'm going to do my best to introduce people. I see Auburn's here, and he's making sure that this doesn't go 4 hours.
Yeah. But I actually do have to run later on. I'm just waiting on a call. But I gotta keep you in place and make sure you hear what's going on the outside with everybody else out there.
Yeah, and note your man. I can't get him. His device isn't connected, so
Yeah.
hold on for him.
Yeah, the second screen or something.
I don't know. I see him over in the side chat, down at the bottom. Oh, there he is. There he is. You got him. Okay. So he's in here.
How's it going?
Yeah. So I'm going to introduce the folks that are on the panel and give a quick little who these folks are. So at the top for me, we have Retromania UK. Retromania UK. Now I remember you had a lot of emulation tools and some. Didn't you have a add-on, a build that had add-ons in it? If I'm not, or emulation.
Yeah. So I started out. I think I originally used the Beast build, and then adapted from that. Went onto that wizard, and then got very popular. So I had to set up on my own. And then I just incorporated retro gaming emulators linked in, and And I downloaded with the wizard. You downloaded the Android apps as well for the emulators, so everything was all installed in the same package. So probably had the biggest build because everyone always said it was a pain in the ass to download. But always threw in a few free games, and yeah, that's what kind of set me apart, was just having the gaming incorporated.
Yeah, because it was a Kodi build, probably focused more on a shield, and you could get everything you needed to get, and well,
Well, it worked
as long
on
as you had
Fire Stick as
space.
well. I did all the testing on a Fire Stick, so
Oh
you know
shit!
most people were using that. I could play Tony Hawk Pro Skater on a Fire Stick using the controller, so I did demo
Holy
videos
shit!
and stuff for that. So, and then as it progressed and got bigger, we created an Android app. So instead of using the old wizard, you'd have the app, and you could just click update, and it just automatically update for people, so it made life easier. So it saved me about 90% of my time responding to how to install things.
And this is and I remember because you had Retromania UK, and then someone hijacked the name, had Retromania US.
We had a lot of haters.
I remember that website for redirecting people trying to use that. But that was original, that you had the emulation set up, and yeah, you had that whole back end that would pull the games. And
Yeah, just create a menu tab for it, and then basically just hyperlinked the Android apps in there. So once you'd installed the apps, click on the link like you would do anything in Kodi, and it just automatically boot up the emulator for that system.
Yeah, that was some cool stuff. And I mean, that's been a bunch of years ago.
10 years ago this week.
Yeah,
it was
10 this week.
This week it popped up on my reminder.
Damn, I've been around, because I remember when that came out, and I was like, holy shit, that is so cool. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, no one else had done it. That's the only reason I made it, because no one else had done it. I thought, I want to play games on this shit as well.
Yeah, it definitely could do it. So we got him. We've also got Nature Man, who has been doing builds in the community for what, at least 7-8 years or more, man.
Yes. I started during the time of interested in the Kodi, was in during the time of Jarvis.
Yep.
And Jarvis was just coming out, and that's when also there were many add-on creators out there. I mean, devs too out there. And I had really linked up in the time with Kaz, and this is why I just really wanted to push it. Is I wanted to make like a Caribbean kind of representation in the Kodi. So I went ahead and I made sure we could get the television, we could get all of the different movies. Me and Kaz worked it together. We had a add-on, and it was the AWAP add-on. I don't know if you remember that. You could see the TV, you could watch the Caribbean show, and you could also see the movies and all of that. I don't know if you remember Kaz.
Yeah, I remember Kaz.
Yeah, he had set the thing up. And
I think he was with TVA. For some reason, it makes me think of TVA. Was he?
No, he wasn't really.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, he wasn't really with him. But anyway, that's when I, really started to say, hey, I want to get involved. So I did. I made a Caribbean build, and at the time everything was going good. But then, the MPMPA, all of these people, the ACE, and all of them sent letters and all that. I made man shake and man knock it. So it was kind of crazy. Yeah, man, that's nothing. But anyway, we won't even go there. But the thing is,
you're right.
So we just took a little break, I think, or whatever it was, and and now we come back, during the time with Death Star. And
Death Star.
and
Oh, the fucking that was a good one.
yeah, with grind, and uh,
Grindhouse.
I think Seaman, or you say Seaman was
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there, and yeah, you were
Funster.
there.
Funster was in there.
Yeah, Funkster was in there. Blue was.
Yeah, yeah,
It was very. I thought that was very ingenious, and I thought it was a great avenue because everybody was able to express their add-on, expressing themselves, because everybody had a different. He came with a different feel and a different energy,
yep.
a different. So I thought that was good, but um, not good things have come to an end. But so I just was sitting there and didn't watch that other group. I can't think of their name, but uh,
One Nation came.
yeah, One Nation,
Um,
One Nation.
yep,
That was
yep.
it. Yeah, and because they were coming out from the noobs, because I was back there with noobs, and we used to go with noobs, and noobs would say you have to pay a look, something at the and but they was good.
Yep.
Wookie and but
Yep.
uh anyway, like I say, so I decided. I said, well, I would just now I make my bills again.
Yep.
Uh, and now I just make my bills for each and every one, and I try to put the focus in on different, like family. Family time was real good because I made sure that only movies, TV, sports, all of that would be family friendly. And so I did some links, separated stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to call it family time, a time when family, could get
Yeah.
together. And
Yeah. I guess no adult content was in there
no
unless you were
adult.
trying to make a family.
Yeah. Yeah. And
uh, hey, you mentioned that. Hold on a second. You mentioned. See if I can get this. You mentioned this. Uh, you mentioned Death Star. So
yes,
Death Star was built off of the Gen base, and it was somewhat like a Phoenix, where different playlisters could create a playlist and add it to Death Star. So Death Star was a compilation of many different add-ons. So the Death Star XML, for the folks that we have add-ons. So the main XML just pointed to the add-ons XML for each of those add-ons. So as Nature Man says, anybody that was in Death Star had their own add-on or their own playlist, and Death Star would point to that playlist, so you didn't have to install 15 add-ons or 20 add-ons. You would install one, and it would just redirect to that XML. So it saved a ton of space, a lot of resources, because it's just one add-on that's pointing to many, so they could update it all the time. And that was a really cool add-on. I remember when Mid was working on some of this ideas, and uh, it was he was like, this can happen, and it's not hard, well, and O'Neill knows Mid, and he could be like, oh, that's not that hard. Like, and I mean, a couple hours later, here you go, there's the code to make that work. And it was to me, it showed community, because nobody was hung up about, hey, go download my add-on or download this add-on. You downloaded the one add-on, and then you could try out dozens of add-ons within that one. And to me, that was what really showed the community,
yes,
because nobody had their egos, up about whose add-on they're using, because who cares? You're all in the same. You're in this. It's like going down the same street. And what store do you want to shop in? And like Nature Man saying, he had his playlist that was a certain playlist, but Blue had a different one. So yeah, that was fun. That was a cool add-on. So I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and turn that off. That was awesome though. Hey, let me run through here. Hold on a second, Nature Man. I'll go. Kara just came in. I'll hit up with Kara in a second. But we got O'Neill. So the folks that don't know O'Neill, the add-on developer from back when, he doesn't really do any add-ons now that I know of, but
No, I'll
runs.
just do stuff in the background now.
Yep. But runs anti-social hosting, one of the best hosting companies for if you have a website or if you have
Wow.
a wizard or an add-on or great support. So this is O'Neill, and and for folks that know him, it's gonna
Yeah.
hold on a second.
People that don't know me.
The people that don't know you, they're missing out. Because hold on a second, I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
What have you got?
Hold on a second.
Have you got
Just for
JFA?
O'Neill. Just for O'Neill. Hey,
JFH.
remember
Okay,
that?
yeah. Yes, I do. I still have.
JFH just for him.
So the code is still public. So yeah. So I started. I got involved in XBMC probably. I think it was like early part of 2013, and maybe 2012, and I saw sort of like a bit of a market here in the UK because there wasn't really anyone doing it apart from at the time Droid Sticks. So
Mhm.
I started writing some code, and I got some of my code into um, the YID. Actually, had some of my code. If you remember that guy who he was in XBMC Hub and then moved over to TVA. So I had some of my
Okay.
code in the YID's playlist. It was scraping radio stations here in the UK. So I sort of thought, oh, that's really good.
Okay.
I kind of found my sort of my market because I've been a tech guy since '94 really. So um, I got into that, and then I started selling boxes. So I was that person that everyone hated. I was selling
Dude, dodgy box
devices.
seller.
Yeah, I was a box seller, but it was different because everything that I put on the build was my own. So I had my own builds. I even had my own Android app that I wrote before anyone else thought about doing it, which was called Xcart. Because it was at the moment that Kodi was just sort of being announced. So I made this recovery APK called Xcart, which was the XBMC Kodi Advanced Recovery Tool. And what it did was it worked in a very similar way to sort of like Downloader does now, but it was a really horrible Android 4 UI that allowed you to basically select the version of Kodi that you wanted to install or XBMC, and it would install it. And you could select different versions, like if you were on like a Magica or on a oh, what were those boxes? Minix box and all that kind of stuff. It would work out what you've got and it will build it and then build the put the build in there for you. So anyway, I did quite well out of that. I will be honest and say that I did make quite a bit of money out of selling boxes. I had a really good domain name. I still own it, which is androidtvboxes.co.uk. So I still own that. And when Droid Sticks became Entertainment Box, there was rumors that the law and everything in this country were cracking down on it. So decided to cancel up and close up. But I was always involved in sort of helping developers out and helping add-on build hosters out because I was fixing their problems on either their internal scripts or looking at their hosting provider, and they were with like GoDaddy or OVH or One-on-One. And it was actually yourself that said to me, why don't you start your own? You'd get people interested. And so 2015 I started Antisocial Hosting just as a website to allow people like yourself to sign up and do
Still
it.
got mine. Still have mine.
Yeah, you still have yours.
I still have it. I love it.
I never talk about who's on there because that's private for them, and obviously
yeah.
I mean it's a hobby for me, and it doesn't make me any money. It's not a money making thing, but what it does do is it keeps my head in hosting because that's kind of where my career is. But I enjoy messing with scripts. I enjoy messing with add-ons, and I've done builds, I've done add-ons, I've done Android stuff, I've done TV stuff. You've got Just for Him up there. That was a jokey app that was released because there was a guy that was starting trouble with one of the guys in our group called John Harrison, who
Yeah,
he,
yep. I
he
remember
had this,
John.
he
Johnny.
was he called out this guy that was selling boxes with someone else's building, and this guy sent him a voice message calling him John fucking Harrison. Excuse my French. And I was like, oh, I'm going to release a porn add-on, and so I released a porn add-on and just called it Just for Him, JFH. And I released a couple of others, but
Yeah,
JFH,
just for her. You did it just for
that's
her.
for her.
yeah,
I
I did
remember
it
just for her.
just for him. I did a couple of others.
The news one.
Yeah, the news
Yeah,
one.
the news
So
one.
there was a guy that was releasing a news add-on and wanted people to pay for it through subscriptions or through donations. And I remember you guys telling me about it. And then I think about an hour later on my phone, I released it for free and was like, here you go, it's free. And that caused a
Yeah.
big argument. But you know, going back to the whole helping people thing, I sit in the background now and just help people with their issues on their add-ons or in their hosting, and it doesn't matter whether they're with me or not. I'll still help out if I can. I just have such a busy life at the moment with, you know, family and work and stuff. But obviously I started out helping you guys with Bob, and
Yes.
I remember when you launched
We
Bob,
were needing a
was
bunch
really
of help because
successful.
Bob was
so
too
successful.
popular.
Yeah, and it couldn't cope with the hosting, so I
Oh,
reconfigured your hosting for you, and it just started working really, really quickly. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now. I don't really do any public add-ons anymore. I've always thought about doing it, but I'll be honest, I just want to help people that are, you know, trying to get into it and maybe give a few pointers.
Yes.
But the world has changed slightly. We've got things like, you know, obviously ChatGPT, which is helping, but doesn't give you everything. You still have to have a nuance about you and have some understandings, but you can get an add-on out of ChatGPT. I've already tested that. You can get a scraper out of there. You just need to know how to ask the question. Yeah, T-Buck, I won't come on camera because I'm in bed. So unless you want to see me up my throat staring at me.
no, I don't want to see that because we'd have too many women. Too many women
Well,
would be asking me
I
for
see
that phone
Ellie's in
number.
the chat. You know, Ellie might
Ellie's
fall
in
for me
there.
again.
Yeah, I posted in there. So that's we got O'Neill. Over here we got Donald D. Nice. So anybody that's been in my chat or in a bunch of others may be familiar with this name. Donald, who the master of finding free fucking links. This guy, he'll find if you say you want something for free, because I don't think he pays for anything. He will track that shit down and be like, here's a couple things. So Donald's with us. Hey, bud.
Yep. It's free. If it's on the internet and it's free, give me a web browser. Like you always say, it's game over. 'Cause I don't really need a device. You give me a web browser. Basically, I know what I'm doing. I'll find it. If it's free and it's on the internet would have to die to stop me. I mess with every device you can think of, fully loaded boxes. I just don't depend on it. I'm always looking for a backup. I'm always hunting codes, URLs. If you know what you're doing, you can find it. It's the knowledge of where to look.
Yep. So, and again, if you guys are in Streaming Matters room or some of the others, Donald is in. Yeah, he's in all the Telegram rooms. So, you know, he's a guy that has a lot of knowledge and tests out about every damn application that comes out. I'll mention app, like, oh, I've tried that, and it was because he's tried all of them. So he's on our panel today, and we got Kara has joined our panel.
Thank you.
Kara rocks. What is up, my dear? I haven't talked to you since Christ left Chicago. How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I am fine. And just I've not been about for so long.
Yeah.
How long has it been? Years?
I haven't talked to you since I moved to Canada.
That's right. I mean, you moved to Canada. I remember that.
Yeah, and look, I got a picture here. Kara, anybody that remembers Bob Unleashed, Kara was a playlister in that add-on, and again, she still uses a framework of that kind of stuff for her own use.
Yeah,
I mean, you're still doing the same enjoying all of that stuff.
Yep. I still have my own private add-on, and I still use Kodi. I kind of live without Kodi.
Yeah.
I do know that my accent, people find it hard to understand, so I am trying to speak a bit slower.
Hey,
you.
I understand you 100%. I
Yeah.
so far you haven't lost me yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes my accent, because I'm Scottish, is quite strong, and people are like, "We need subtitles." I always remember I used to get everybody used to say they needed subtitles, so I'm trying to speak a bit better.
No, you know when you're hard to understand, when it's hard to understand, Kara, is
Yeah,
when she's pissed off.
yeah.
When
When I get angry,
we've been in group chats, you know, when Griff and all of us, and when
Yep.
you got pissed, I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck she just said.
Yep, yep. I don't
She-
even know what I said. That's the problem. When I'm so angry, I
Most
don't
of the
even know
time
what
when
I
she's shouting, she's telling you that she loves you. It's her love language.
Yes.
I don't know. There were some
It's
times in Bob she was not saying she loved us.
no, it was it's a Scottish thing. And Griff will back me up on that. It's what do you call it? It's like passionate,
Yeah.
but at the same time very aggressive. Like
Very aggressive.
very aggressive. It's like I try my best not to get to that point, but when people press buttons, I'm off. And it's like I call it red mist now. Like I'll have a meltdown and I can't even understand what I'm saying. So God help anybody else, you know.
Yeah.
So I still use Kodi. I still keep up to date with my add-on. So I kind of know the basis of still. I still use the template of Jen, which Mid done.
Yeah.
And I remember O'Neill very very well. And I must say, I have a server with him, and it's the best. I would never
I'll,
go
I'll,
anywhere else.
I'll give you 20 quid later.
Yeah, but I highly recommend him. I wouldn't go anywhere else. He's so helpful. He's very patient because I can write things and it makes mumbo jumbo to me, but he understands what I mean. So he is quite attentive and emails and stuff like that when you contact him about any issues. So, and he's always on the ball. I don't think I've ever waited any longer than a 30-minute reply when I raise a ticket or whatever. So honestly, the best server that and I would never go anywhere else.
Wait,
He's
I always
always
wait like a fucking week. What the hell's up with that shit?
You
no,
I'm
don't, you
waiting a
liar.
week.
You
no.
reach out to me. Yeah, well, you reach out to me on
I know.
Telegram for a fact, and you know full well that
Yeah,
I
I
barely
know.
read Telegram these days.
No, I'm
Um,
joking. You're
Thank
right.
you,
I mean,
Kaya.
you.
That was
Yeah.
beautiful. And I will give you 20 quid later for that.
No,
I
I'm
don't I
being
don't
honest.
I don't take compliments very well. I'm not really good at
Yeah,
good at
but you should
compliments at all.
because you do run a brilliant server. Like as I say, I just would never go anywhere else. I trust you 100%. And as I say, next to none serve. Like the minute I raise a ticket, it's answered as quick as anything. So
Yeah.
honestly, I really. And if I wouldn't be able to have my add-on if I wasn't able to have a sustainable server. And he's never let me down. The servers never went down. The service has never been bad. Honestly, and I'm
It's
not trying to keep. I'm not
No, I know
trying to.
you're not. It's
You know.
what it is because a lot of the larger companies became very aware of what Kodi was, and they
Hmm.
became very aware of how successful Kodi add-ons were, and they started to ban people from hosting with them.
Too
You
much
had the like
traffic.
sort of there's too much traffic. Servers and the internet, like edge infrastructure, costs a lot of money, and people like GoDaddy and stuff can easily afford it. Of course they can, but what they don't want to do is they don't want to sacrifice. You're paying $3 a month, for example, and suddenly you've got enough traffic to sustain what is a dedicated server. They want you to convert and pay more money, so they started banning people. They started kicking people off, but also you've got to look at the other side, the side of where people were getting DMCA takedown
Hmm.
notices when they were receiving messages to say, right, this particular add-on or this particular service is being provided by your hosting company. You need to get rid of it. So to save face, larger companies just started to block anything like Kodi add-ons, and the XML files were being blocked. The MD5 files, which are needed for the add-on generations, were being locked. Sorry, the repo generations were being blocked. And so boutique companies like myself came around, and I'm not the only one. There's loads of them out there, and they're all really good. I've tried a couple myself just to see what the alternatives are. So they are really, really good.
Yeah. I just recommend you to anybody. Like, if you want a server to run without, I never have to come to you unless you've moved something there. But you've always notified me, but I've no read the email properly. So it's just really good. I trust you, and I would never go anywhere else. And I want to have my add-on. Do you know what I mean? Because I still like to do my playlists. I still like to do my stuff from my family, that they use my add-on, so it's easier for them to access certain things. So,
Yeah. Hold on. So we got Skulls in the house.
What's
Skulls?
up,
Hi, Skulls.
Anybody that hangs in Telegram has seen Skulls.
He's in there a lot.
I don't want to say in novels. Sometimes my boy Skulls, he'll be writing it. It's like, all right, so hold on, I got to read it out loud. So Skulls, sometimes he does like I do. I have an issue sometimes typing. It's like I'm thinking of what I want to say, but sometimes my fingers don't keep up.
Yeah.
And so, but anybody that comes, Skulls is tinkering with everything. Been in the community, testing out everything. Skulls, how are you doing today, bud?
Oh, I'm doing great. Hopefully you've seen that new Raspberry Pi, that Pi 6 I showed you the other day.
I saw it.
I got new Pi 6.
But the prices, we're seeing Raspberry Pis where we used to get those. They were the $30 computers. They're not the $30 computers no more. Now they're a $200 computer.
That's the keyboard.
Yeah, it's slowly, the price in hardware that goes into these things is more and more expensive. So Skulls is always, I'm gonna tell you, he sends me shit way before anybody else. Before I find shit, he'll find it. Always looking at emulation. He is super big in emulation right now, if I'm not mistaken. Skull with and he likes to do the emulation over the room, that kind of stuff, or over your network.
Oh, there's Griff. Hey, we never been on a panel. Hey, congratulations. Me and Griff is on a panel together. This is the first.
Don't get too giddy because he hasn't talked yet, so you might get your feelings hurt once he starts talking. Yeah. Hey, they asked me what I'm drinking. So tonight,
Okay.
all right. So be honest. I can't smoke anything before the show because I can't think, and I love to catch a buzz, but I can't think. Like last weekend, I had a big fatty before I came on the show, and I felt like I was numb, and my brain doesn't work. So today is Captain Morgan spiced rum and lemonade. And lemonade. Oh my God! I made some for me, and I made some for the bride, and she's in there drinking it. I'm drinking it, and
Have you tried Captain Morgan spiced rum with Red Bull?
I've never had a Red Bull.
Dude,
Never.
you need to try that. Now, I don't drink often, right? I drink like once, maybe twice a year, but that is a go-to drink for me. It's a good drink. It's a
because
good
spice rum. I mean, orange juice. I mean, well, of course, Coke, but I mean, there's so many things that it goes well with.
Have you guys got the tiki one as well, the tropical one?
I don't think so.
We've got Captain Morgan's Tiki, which is a spice. It's the spice rum, but it's a tropical flavored one, and it's really nice.
Tiki. I will write it down. I will check. Hey, we got Griff. Hold on a second. We got Griff in the house. Griff from back in the Bob Reloaded days, Evolve days, add-on developer as well as playlister, doing all that kind of stuff. He's in here. What is up? You were here last week. It's great to have Griff in here. I'm just
sarcasm. I'm here to back up Cara. She wouldn't. She's shy. She wouldn't come on without me.
She's so shy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm glad that she came on. I love Kara. She is fun. And when we used to be on the chats where we all of us and Bob, we were always in our private chats, and she's 100%.
Either that
honest.
or I'm here to translate whenever she gets angry with somebody.
See, I knew you were going to say it. I've already said about subtitles.
Well, are they on yet?
No, they're not on.
Hang on a second. All right, hold on a second, Griff. All right. So T-Buck, I was a little thrown off until I figured out who the hell that is. And this is my son, and Esley just saw me, who is my granddaughter. And so she saw me on TV, and she loves me. So she says, that's my grandpa. Oh, that is awesome. Hey, that's my son, Tyler. So I'm sorry, Tyler, wasn't looking at the chat, just hanging out. But
Grandpa's drinking again.
Grandpa's drinking again. And so yeah.
I'm sorry, Tyler. I didn't get to catch that.
Yeah, I love some Esley and her little brother Theo. So Theo's over there. So he's watching. I don't know if he's watching, but hey, love my son. Hey, thanks for. Hey, when your kid actually watches it, maybe you've made it.
Yeah.
But
my kids barely talk to me, so watching them on TV might be a different thing.
Oh man, love it, Esley, love you, baby. Mwah. So, hey, look at who else popped in the Sam show. Fire TV.
Wow, long time.
Did he? Wait, where did he go?
Did he pop out?
He was in here. He was in here. Fire TV Guru was in here. So this is. Hey, I want to have some of these folks in here. That's people that worked. Not in a lot of these people. You don't know their name. That you think, oh, I don't know what they did. A lot of these people did shit behind the scenes, like O'Neill. You wouldn't believe how many people O'Neill's helped along the way. We had Funster B on here last week. How many people Funster helped along the way? I think a DJ. How many people he helped along the way? Hold on a second. You got him? Yeah, I got him. I'm not touching it. He's in.
Okay.
Fire TV Guru, who doesn't do anything now, but in the past has worked on some different add-ons. Fire TV, what is up?
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Fire TV Guru.
What's up?
I know it, now. Fire TV, didn't you work on one of the installers? I want to say, didn't you have like one? Didn't you like the simple install, one of those installers? Because didn't you work on some of that? I know you had your own add-on or launcher.
And Kodi, no, I worked on a couple for the Fire TV launcher.
All right.
No, not really an add-on, not Kodi's.
But I'm trying to think. Didn't you helped a bunch of people back in, and didn't you have?
Oh, I did help a bunch. No, I did the GUI one. That was the only.
The GUI, was it became open wizard.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of. So yeah, because the open wizard. For any of you guys that have a wizard, and you've got a lot of people have used the open wizard, and they've changed the name of it. But because I mean, you created that, or for some reason, again, I might be if I'm wrong, but
no. So I didn't.
Memory serves me.
So I didn't create the back end code. That was oh man, I don't forget. It's been so many years.
Hold on, I just saw his name. Oh shit, he's an American.
Yeah.
You know about Aftermath?
No, it wasn't Aftermath. The guy that created
it was Aftermath. That had the back end code of Aftermath.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just created a GUI around it.
Okay.
I think I used that. I used that wizard, the GUI open one. I think that's the wizard that I used the template of.
Yeah. And there's a lot of wizards that people don't realize that they're using the launcher wizard so you can install the builds and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't know that even though you're seeing a different name at the top, that it's open wizard is what it's built off of. They just change the name and the graphics and
Yep.
the little fluffy stuff you see on the front end, but the actual back end is actually, some of that GUI. Look at Funster says that Seaman still uses the
So
GUI.
I still use the GUI. Well, that's what my last wizard that I done. You don't need to update your wizard once you've got a wizard. I think unless you need to update it, but it was definitely GUI that I used my wizard from.
And I want to say, didn't Fire TV you with that GUI? You had the ability to install APKs on it.
Yes.
It had a menu that you could install all kinds of different content, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
let's see. Yeah. Different add-ons, all kinds of crap.
Yeah. It gave you like a drop-down menu.
Like an index.
Do what?
Wasn't it like an index?
Yeah, so it used lists.
Index list.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember you could click. All right, so on the one that I remember using way back when, you could go down and choose what you wanted to install, and so if a person created the wizard, now the person that created the wizard would have to do some of the work, but if they did the paths correctly, it was all in one, and you could customize your build however you wanted without installing any repos and installing any of that other shit.
Yes.
I mean,
that's how the original one was. Yep.
It was a groundbreaking thing. And again, people don't realize that shit was we were all using it, and people like, well, who created that?
Yeah, because when Aries went offline, that's when I kind of came up with, well, man, I got to create something kind of like it, I guess.
Yeah,
because it became a pain in the ass. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take the time.
This speaks to me being part of this community for what 15, 20 years. It seems like forever. And me knowing some of the people that were behind the scenes, it is amazing how many people just created stuff, spent their time, their energy, sometimes money to have a server or to put that stuff out there, created it just for other people to use and to share. And that's, I remember talking to people about carrying on the baton. XBMC, Kodi, whatever you want to call it, is a lot of the add-ons are you're just carrying the baton until, you know what, you've had enough. You need, real life has kicked you in the teeth, or you got a letter, whatever may happen that makes you quit.
Well, several.
But you pass that baton on to the next group of people that carry it. And that is what's so great. I've seen so much community, and we talked about it last week. No fighting. Right now, we don't have really any fighting going on, which is kind of boring. But we don't have, but we have people willing to share shit. They're like, hey, I'll show you how I did that. I'll show you how I did this. And it is fun. It is good. It is.
Yeah.
Here's a question, right? Here's a question.
Yeah.
Do you think if letters didn't get sent, that we would still be carrying on having an add-on if it wasn't like, the letters going out and everybody told not to do this and not to do that? Do you think we would still be going?
If they hadn't handed out letters?
Yeah, if they hadn't done a cease and desist.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be bigger. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my question.
Yeah.
I think the scene would be bigger because I think there's a risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is aware that letters existed. Everyone is aware that there are people out there that want to take this down, And I think if the letters wasn't a thing, then it would be a different ecosystem. There would be a lot more people involved in it. You have to, you have to want to get involved in Kodi, to build an add-on, take the time to learn it, build it, and then maintain it, because there is always a risk that someone could come knocking at the door, and then depending on which country you live in, it could be a different type of
Yeah.
event that happens when they do knock on that door, whether it could just be a harmless letter or it could be something else, so
As we saw with supremacy,
yeah,
like we said earlier.
exactly. So I think if we were lived in a world where there was no ace or MPAA or Premier League and all that kind of stuff, I think it would be a lot bigger. I mean, there was a point where Kodi was very big and there were lots of add-ons out and there was lots of choices out there and there were a lot more hosters out there for the content, the movie content, the TV show content, and there were people that were exploiting satellite boxes that were connected to the internet, so you had access to the TV streams really, really easily. But things have changed. It's just it's gone now. That doesn't really exist. You have to really sit and learn how to do things like scrapers to really find your way around. But going back to what Kyra was asking, if that didn't exist, I think the world would look a different place. There'd be a lot more people out there, a lot more add-ons, a lot more choice, and it would be so much more advanced now as well.
Yeah.
Advancement would be way higher, but I do think when we have that vacuum, whenever somebody leaves the scene, it emboldens some new people. And I think of people, I call out Seaman, reaches my head, and a number of other add-on developers that create content. Would they have had the courage to step up and to fill that void if the TK Norrises and the Lambdas or the other big boys were still in the scene? Would they have the courage to step up and to take a chance and to learn and to do? Would they be, hey, you know what? They've got this. I'm going to hang back.
But why would you think? But why would you think that they would hold back? Why no? Would that not make them want to advance? Be seeing these people doing these things?
I'm guessing. I've just seen when we've had a pullback, and I think of when Nan got letters. When Nan got letters, and how many of our group got letters, Gary?
Yeah.
And we thought that was all dead. Now, Blue and I did not get letters. We didn't have any. We weren't part of any servers, or so we didn't get a letter. And we were able to foster some people to learn and to create an add-on and to say, hey, this isn't that hard. They had the Gen template, which Gen template holds your hand if you want to create an add-on. I mean, it carries you right along and says, here you go, and there you got an add-on. But once we saw that there was that vacuum of people that backed out, I mean, I think of a lot of my good friends that backed out of the scene.
Yeah.
But we all of a sudden saw all these new names we had never heard of before. All these new people that were like, yeah, I can do this. I can step in. So I do think that ebb and flow, that give and take, when there's a vacuum, it'll fill. It'd be with new names that you've never heard of, which is to me good. And that's why I love this whole community of people that help each other, and it's an ecosystem. Even as much as XBMC has me blocked and they don't like me, I love them. I'm like that ugly girlfriend that you can't get rid of, and I love her so much. But she hates me, and she won't let nobody know that she likes me a little bit, because I know she likes me a little bit because I do promote this platform, this OS operating system, this media player, because it is so good, and you're not stuck. As many APKs that are out there that are really cool. I talk about those. But the thing about with XBMC, Kodi, is that the plugins is what the add-ons is what makes it, because even if an add-on gets taken down,
Yeah.
you know, to move from one to the other is not hard.
Mm.
And
I
so
like
What do you
all right,
say?
wait, Classy asked a question. Dabs, how many real devs are out there? Like now, like active? Is that what I guess Classy's asking?
Yeah.
Classy.
Yeah. For people I know, I'd have to say probably a couple dozen people and I use devs. When she says devs, I think of people that are actually creating code and writing code.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing against playlisters. 100%. I was a playlister at the time.
Yeah.
Nothing against a playlister because that is important. But people that actually can take the code and manipulate it to write it, I'd say there's a couple dozen that's out there in the third party. Now, in the Kodi scene, like the official Kodi scene, there's more, but they're not going to put their name in the third party. If they are, they're going to be under another name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that they're out there, but again, when I see people sharing stuff all the time in these groups, Fire TV. I mean, how many times have you helped people, or when people had an issue with something like, hey,
Oh,
how do
yeah.
I do this?
More than I can count. And I'm more than willing to help. I still help.
Right. Yes, I know you do.
Yeah.
That's what, you know what I mean? But your name isn't on any add-on. But
No.
if someone's having a problem with a code or how to do something, you're like, hey, you want to know how to do this? Da-da-da-da. Here's
Yeah.
a Python code to do it.
Yeah.
Like
Alright,
anytime sorry.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Anytime
Sorry.
right, you go first.
Go
You
ahead,
go
Kara.
first. I'll wait. You go first.
No, you go, Kara. Go ahead, and then let whoever was next.
I was just saying, anytime. I mean, I still ask for help. There's still something that will no work in my add-on, and I go. And anytime I've asked anybody, even though I'm off the scene and I'm no active in chats and stuff, I honestly still get the help for a lot of people that I've known for years ago, but I haven't spoken to in maybe a couple of years, and they'll still help. They will still tell me how to do something or what needs to be changed, and it still gets me overwhelmed because I just think I've not spoke to these people in so long, but yet the minute I ask them and say this is coming up or this is shown in my add-on, boom, they're right on it and they tell me this is the way to fix it, and it just still blows my mind because
you're right.
I just think I've not spoke to you in so long. Yes, I was in Bob and stuff, but people are still so kind to still give you their time. Do you know what I mean? I just think that's what the community is. I've never ever been told, by the way, no, I can't fix that for you. Anytime I've ever asked anybody for help in previous years and in even the past 6 months, like even, just people just help. And that's what I like about the community.
It is good. Who else was it? Who was trying to chime in there?
I was actually.
Okay.
Remember
go ahead,
Echo Coder? Echo Coder did some good work back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
That was my boy.
That's my boy.
Yeah, that was my boy. Yeah, man, that was my boy.
Let's see. Peter asks, does anyone remember the Kodi add-on, the add-on wizard on the Play Store? That's what made Kodi really accessible. Got the beast from there. If I remember, there was, and I think this was
80matic was one of them.
Yes, 80matic.
I remember that.
And then there was that guy that grabbed everybody's build, and I say foreign. I can't remember what language he spoke because I remember messaging when he grabbed my build, and I'm like, who the hell are you? I didn't tell you to put my build in there, which bothered me because people didn't ask. Because remember back in the past, everything was cool as long as you just asked for permission, or you put them in the add-on description, said, hey, thanks to, you gave them a mention.
Right.
Everybody was cool about using code if you gave them a mention, and that wizard thing was in there for a little while. Got the beast. You're all cool for Chris, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that
That
I'm
guy's
glad
still
that
around. He's
I'm
still
glad that
around.
Andrew's not here because
Hmm.
Andrew, me, and the Beast, we had our issues back in the day, and it is what it is. Hey, this is a question for the panel. What's the best add-on today? And I'm not, Karen, we can't use yours, but if you use Kodi, because not everybody on the panel uses Kodi, if you use it, what is your go-to add-on today? What's everyone's thoughts on that?
Mine is Finlight Dream Machine.
Yeah.
Oh, Fenlight and Dream Machine,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Because am I right, Nature Man? That like it's the two.
Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure there wasn't a Fenlight Dream Machine add-on that I didn't know about. I was just like, wait a minute, did they sneak one out and I didn't catch it? All right, anybody else have
Yeah,
a favorite?
mine is Serene. It's my
Saren.
go. Yeah, even though I have my own add-on, it is my go-to. I never, without doubt, get anything but that's just my go-to add-on when I go to my build in Kodi.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You said
Like the
see,
loops. The loops one. The loops.
loops. Yeah.
I still
The
use
loop.
Finlight,
Yeah.
but I use the old one before it got moved to the Umbrella repo.
Oh, you still use the Tiki
Yep.
the
The
Tiki
Tiki
Peter
Peter.
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think Finlight would be good to use.
If Fenlight for you, Skulls. I've been using Fenlight for a long time. I was using Umbrella some because I do like that he's continuing to develop it. So I would use it. But in my last build, I moved on to Fenlight AM only because I wanted to be able to test those magneto scrapers, and I found that Fenlight would not allow me to use the magneto. What was the other scraper package that people were talking about, which was magneto with different settings? Was it Viper?
Viper. Yeah, Viper.
I think it was
Viper.
And I couldn't enable those in the original Tiki, but if I used the AM, I could. Both of those work great, and like I said, for the other add-on that I use pretty regular is Black Lightning. Black Lightning I use. You cannot his documentary section, one-click documentary section with. I like paranormal weird shit like aliens and ghosts and stuff. He does a phenomenal job on that. Or if there is a sports thing, I jump all over it. So those are some of my go-tos. So DJ says, I miss Magic Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Magic Dragon, another
that was it.
Classic.
I don't remember. I thought Magic Dragon. I think I knew the dev behind that.
Yeah.
And I don't think I got on with that dev. Actually, I don't think I got on with many devs.
I know the developer on that. And I think that Magic Dragon, he kind of just got done with it. I think he still does a little bit of stuff, but it's under a different
add-on. One to the scene, because I still see. I only use Serene because I am not up to date with the new add-ons in Kodi right now. Because I don't. What I've got in my build is what I tend to use. 3 add-ons. It's enough. I've got Fenlight, Serene, mine. So I don't keep up to date with the new ones, which I maybe should go and look into. But I just think, how many forts can you get? I'm using.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. I always remember you saying that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're using what you're using, that's all you need. And I thought, I don't want to complicate things by adding a new add-on in and stuff like that. So I'm not up to date with the ones that you're talking, like Black Lightning and stuff like that.
Yeah. And again, it's all in what you're looking for. And they're all different flavors. DJ asked a question. DJ Sonic Sound, XBMC Kodi. What is that? So when I say XBMC Kodi, so XBMC was the original name. So if you were part of, and there's probably some on the panel that remember the old Xbox days when we took our Xbox and
Yep.
we put XBMC on it, it became, holy shit, this is a very cool app. All right, so Microsoft went after XBMC and says, that's our name in our trademark. We will sue your ass. And that was Microsoft threatening XBMC. And guess what? XBMC says, that's cool. We'll change our name and we're moving on. But for us that remember the XBMC, putting it on our old school, and when Retromania can remember with the OG, the original Xbox. Nothing cooler. And if you guys, hey, this is a word of advice. If you're watching Marketplace, or you're going to the flea market, or you're going to yard sales, or you're going to the thrift store, if you come across an OG, the original Xbox with some controllers and it runs, buy it. And I mean, a lot of times people are selling them for $10, $20 because they're not worth a whole lot. Those are a really cool device. I mean, retro. I mean,
yeah, as long as you don't want to watch anything on it. I mean, it's
no 4K, no 4K in that.
You're never going to get 2K. You know, you're lucky if you're getting.
Oh,
You're
really?
lucky if you get full 720.
Yeah, it sucks.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I tried. We tried setting it all up with all that kind of stuff, but it was better to just stick with the gaming. But we did modify the Xboxes for a good while and used XBMC as the platform. And obviously, coming from Kodi and that background I had, it was, you know, dead easy just to jump straight into that and understand how to do the skins and modify all that stuff. But yeah, good for the gaming, but yeah, try and watch TV on it. I mean, back in the day when you had really low res stuff, you could get away with it, but nowadays you've got no chance of watching anything in decent quality.
Yeah, I never thought about that because I was using my Xbox and I would stream it off of my hard drive off the computer.
Yeah, so if it's local, it's fine. But trying to
all the content was, but yeah, all right. So fair enough. But if you want an emulation, I mean, those for a basic low end emulation device,
it's the best
because I was running
for emulation for
there's
platform to do everything.
Out.
I mean, Android's great now because you can do, you know, Android will run everything up to GameCube, you know, PlayStation 2, and everything these days.
Way past that.
Well, it depends on
what your
your
Android
CPU,
device is. You know,
CPU, yeah, your GPU.
If you're on PC, then that's totally different. But
coming. Hey, Retro, it is coming to that right now. Right now, you could play to a point. I don't sugarcoat anything. You could have Steam and load stuff from your Steam library. You could play some PC games to a point. But yeah, that's depending on if your graphics and your RAM.
It's
your
the
RAM
input lag that
at least
pisses
8.
me off.
It's definitely the device because I have a mini PC. I can play up to low end Switch games and it runs fine. And I'm on an N100, I think, CPU on my little mini PC. But like with Skulls and I have talked. I mean, a lot of it, if you're using an Android phone, you opens the door. If you got Snapdragons, different CPUs, it can open up the doors to more. But then all of a sudden the cost, and me and Skulls have argued this numerous times, the cost becomes, it shoots up. And am I going to spend $800 on an emulation just so I can play PS3?
Okay, but to be fair, there's devices like a flagship, but with the lesser of the price, and you've seen them as well.
Yeah.
It just depends what kind of era gaming. You know, that's why I always stuck with the retro side of things and never really went past probably PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I screwed around. I did a little bit of PS2 on my mini PC, PS2, and I dabbled with, and that was through Batasora. I did a little bit of Switch, but hey, I want to mention, I wrote this down. So Batasora, and I posted this in our Streaming Matters room, RGSX. If you have Batasora, and
to download the game,
you can download the games directly to your device. Again, you're going to need storage, but that is,
yeah,
but but it's like Happy Chick, but
Less
its
Chinese.
library is humongous.
Less Chinese.
If you want to play
less Chinese.
if you want to play retro and you're a PlayStation person, the best thing you can do is mod a PS3 because that'll
100%. I
I'll give
actually
you
read
backwards.
up on that.
Yeah, I'll give you backwards PS2 and PS1 compatibility.
I've got a PS3. You telling me if I mod it, I can get PS1 and PS2?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I got
Oh,
Yes,
easy.
look it up.
five.
Some models are easier than others. Depends on the model of PS3.
I love gaming. I
Get the
love
first edition with 4 ports. I think it's backwards compatible natively to PS2.
I got the.
I've got a PS3 fat that's modded.
I got one of those too.
Yeah, you can look this up, and this stuff is
with a terabyte that's nearly full.
100%. And yes, you can. And I almost bought a PS3 that someone was selling it for $75 in town, and it came with a couple games, which I didn't give two shits about the games. But I was like, wait a minute. So it's got this hard drive, this and that. And then I thought to myself, am I going to?
The other ones is you can pick them up cheap if the drive is fucked because you don't need the drive.
Yeah,
like the disk drive, you don't need it.
You could FTP it too, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a if you have I'm telling you for emulation, you're right, Retro. That the PS3 is.
Also, you can do the same thing on a PlayStation 2. It's called McGoo. 1.95 rotate.
MC boot.
Yeah. You can mod the PS5 now if you've got the old enough firmware.
How straightforward?
Yeah, I've got a PS4 sitting waiting for the firmware hacks to come.
Yeah,
just the gold. Yeah.
Yeah,
I found one the other day. Actually, I dug one out and it had really old firmware, and it's like you can mod this. And I just thought, you know what, I can't be asked now.
Yeah, well, that's the same. I think I've actually.
Well, hey, honestly, it's like us date.
I've caught up with the firmware. I can actually go and mod it now, but I'm the same boat. I just can't be asked. I'll do
the
it.
problem is,
I did all this stuff when it was in lockdown. See, when we were in lockdown, I had loads of time in my hands. It was like I modded a PS3. I'd done the Wii already, a Wii U, and then
the Wii U were great for modding.
Yeah, it was good.
Underrated.
Yeah.
Really? How do you know how to do all this?
YouTube.
Fucking the internet.
Yeah, internet. Yeah, go on YouTube. It's all like that.
Yeah, just
out there.
The internet.
Yeah,
It's the same way with Kodi addons. There's a bunch of smart ass people out there who are more than happy to share their knowledge with you.
YouTube wasn't as good for that back in the day, though. I had to rely on you guys to help me out.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, now to be honest, YouTube, you had to be so careful. That's why I don't even. Other than our live show and a few other little videos, I don't waste my time on YouTube because you're so restrictive. And then when you get a strike, they don't tell you why. They just say you broke rules. There's no. They just say
the one I couldn't mod was the OG Xbox, and I got someone for the Kodi scene help me out with that.
So easy to do now. Just put a disc in.
Yeah, it wasn't easy back then. And there was.
You talking about bad hack? That's what.
No, is that not the 360? That's on.
That's the USB OS thing. It's called bad update or bad hack or something like that.
Yeah, I've got a modded 360.
Yeah, it's bad updater.
Oh, look at there, Doc.
I
I saw Doc jumped in the show. What's up? What's up, Doc? I invited him on the show, but you fuckers scare him. 'Cause you guys are damn pirates.
Because you did your
Java
Bugs Bunny
developers.
impression out of him. That's why you left.
But hey, I appreciate he makes all kinds of videos. Appreciate him. Hey, what's up, Doc? Hey, nice to see you. And I was looking through Trooper. Nice to see Trooper hanging with us.
There's Trooper. I heard his name.
Yeah, Trooper is he always sneaking around. He's lurking.
I always remember him as a lurker.
Yeah, he is always lurking around.
He likes
hanging. But he also supports everybody. Hey, all right. So I got a question. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit a couple questions here. What device? And I'm gonna go through the panel, you guys. What device do you guys use as your daily driver? So, and again, for whatever you're using, I don't care what app you're using at this point. Alvin.
Yeah.
What device you use for your streaming?
You all
What
know.
device?
I'm just
No.
gonna make everyone drunk. You know, Plex. Plex, of course.
Well, but what device?
Oh, device, Shield.
Shield. Okay. Retro.
Yeah, I've still got a couple of shields. I still use the Android TV now and a bit of PC.
All right. Donald.
I use my tablets. Mainly, I use my tablets. I use a Samsung and I use an Amazon Fire Max 11 tablet. That's mainly what I use as tablets.
Okay. All right. Skulls. What do you use, bud? His phone. He's a fancy, expensive phone. But no, hey, there ain't no phone anymore that's not expensive. I just got a new phone.
Actually, there is some good ones, a low cost that runs nice specs for about $500. It's called the Red Magic that I keep talking about.
Yeah. I see. I saw you. You've sent me messages that Kara.
Fire stick.
Wait. Which Fire Stick are you using?
Oh Lord!
Is it as a regular Fire Stick, a 4K, a Max?
Too many options now.
It's the 4K one.
Okay, all right. Because no, to be honest, I've had people that come to me and they'll say, "Here's a Fire Stick Lite. Can you hook this up?"
No, I've never.
Move on.
I had it before, but
No.
I've moved on.
No, I don't have time for you. Move on. What about you, Nature Man?
Shield.
Shield for you.
Yeah,
Mr.
Shield.
O'Neill, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here.
What device do you use for your whatever streaming that you're doing? What are you using?
It depends on which TV we're on. So we'll either Fire Stick 4K or a Shield, and then if I'm helping anyone fix anything, then I'm Mac.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
you know, I'll run a Mac and run apps on there as well just to check it.
That's fair enough. Mr. Griff. What do you think? What do you use?
Main device would be a Shield. There's 3 shields in this house. And
There are 3 Shield house. That is a protected home.
But I'm rarely on them. Everybody else hogs the TV in here, so I'll sit in a
Tell me you're loaded without tell me you're loaded.
Like a baked potato.
Well, I just pay for them. I don't get to use them. I'm stuck in the kitchen with a laptop, so I've either got my old ThinkPad or MacBook. I've actually managed to save up enough money to join the MacBook club, like O'Neill over there.
Yeah, I'm not a Mac. You keep doing Macs. Mr. Fire TV Guru, what is your device that you're using?
So I used a Fire Stick 4K rooted, the actual hardware root, and own boxes.
On boxes. All right. So are you doing the Pro?
I have one Pro and I have the little bitty one just to test out.
Again, super priced devices. I mean, for the ons are.
Yeah, the Pro wasn't really a great buy.
Mm-hmm. So I was looking. Look at someone's trying to join the show. Can't join because we're full.
Been hearing some of the Pro.
You want me to go back today?
Hey, if someone drops out, I'll see who's. I'm not sure who's trying to jump in our show.
I'll jump off.
I'll jump off.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
How bad is it that we're all still running Shields though? It just shows you how little innovation there's been in the last 10 years in Android devices on the streaming.
10 years.
There must be probably about 7 or 8 years.
2015.
Shield's been out. 2015. It is 10 years.
The last one, 19, which wasn't much of an upgrade.
No, it was exactly the same hardware.
I got my 2015.
It's overdue for a new one.
I've had every version of the original one and the updates.
Yeah.
But what devices do you use?
I've still got a couple of Shields that I use for like emulation and stuff like that and streaming, but mainly I've got an Android TV now, so I've just got Plex that are a friend server that I watch most of the stuff on. Then I don't have to maintain it; he does all the hard work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got a Jellyfin server for local content.
Yeah, I don't use my thing. I don't
What the hell is Jellyfin?
It's Plex for people who can't afford it.
Yeah, for people that don't have the paid Plex, it's a Plex generic.
You know, I never understood Plex. I don't get it.
It is awesome.
I love
I
it.
don't understand. But see, if you've got Kodi, why would you want Plex?
Well, because all right, Auburn,
Um,
why do you have Plex?
because everything is here with me. I don't have to worry about any buffering. I don't have to worry about, if I'm getting the file right or nothing. If the power goes out, I still got all my stuff.
Yeah, yeah. The internet doesn't work. He can
Yep.
watch because everything is
watch.
local on a hard drive
Yeah.
in his home. So that means he has to basically data hoard the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if he does that, he's
Story.
But
He's
if-
got
Andrew, when you hear the internet going down in the house and everybody starts screaming because the streaming stopped, and I'm sitting on the jellyfin servers just going, yeah, it's fine here.
So, Auburn, you can watch stuff without having access to the internet.
If it's local.
Yeah, I could.
Right.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Plex. There is. I mean, I have a Plex server, and I share it for me and close friends and my family. But I don't load it up with a. I mean, I'm very slow. I mean, I probably haven't added anything to my Plex server in a month. I only download things that I really want that I'm going to rewatch in a quality that I want. You know, a high quality of 4K. So to me, you know, I'm picky. Oh, look at Doc! Look at Doc's trying to start some shit. Look at it. My favorite is the Fire Stick 4K Select.
I can make that device
Oh, Doug's
work.
with you there.
I'm gonna
All right,
tell
so
you.
hey,
Roll
I
it.
was actually going to bring this up. It was actually on my list here. So the Fire Stick Select, which is the Linux-based, the Vega OS that everybody's been crying about for a year, was released, and that is the Fire Stick Select, and it is a Linux-based, so no side loading. And a super restricted apps that it even offers, because people don't understand that the normal Fire Stick, you could load Android applications. So someone didn't have to write an Android app they didn't have to write that just for the Fire Stick. They could just write it out for Android, and whoever used it. Now, developers have to go and rewrite in Linux an application that's going to run on that Vega OS. And guess what? There's not many applications out there, and they're restricted. We've seen postings that Plex is handicapped humongously on with this new Select. So basically, it's not selling. If you're a person that wants a 4K Fire Stick 4K, Woot. So the folks in the UK or in the US, Woot.com has the 4K Fire Sticks for $22.99. So all the Fire Stick sellers are racing over there to Woot right now. For $22.99, you can get a Fire Stick 4K, because they're changing the packaging now. It will be in the future or coming soon, Fire Stick 4K. What do they call it now? Plus. So now it is going to be the Fire Stick 4K Plus, and that's going to be running the Android and all that. But the Select, do not. You might as well buy a Roku, because you basically can't do jack shit with it. And you know, the sky is falling. We've talked about this for a fucking year.
Well, what's the whole point yet then if it doesn't do jack shit?
Well, if you're a person that's not sideloading, you don't care. If you're a person that's using Amazon Prime and you're using, you're all legit apps, you don't care, because guess what? You're not going and doing what we're doing. So that's the difference between what we're doing and what we're not the majority, folks. I think a lot of times people think we're the majority of users. We're not. We're the minority. And so Amazon's going for that majority of users, which are going to buy legit apps and legit uses. And I think that's why they're holding on to this Android with the 4K, the 4K Max, the Cube. All those are running the Android OS, because if they don't, If they don't, it's going to hurt them. Like Donald said, it's going to hurt them because Android or Amazon gets a little bit of something back from some of these companies. If you have an Amazon device and you sign up for Disney through them, it shows. Now maybe it's not monetary. I don't work for Amazon, but I can guarantee that there's some type of agreement, because if we offer this, people get this. But right now, those applications are not available. So they've got to hold on to that Android base, because that's keeping those contracts and those agreements moving forward. Because if they rolled over to Select and say, we're ditching Android and we're all going to Vega, how many apps are not part of Vega that are not Linux? You can't just install an Android app. So I don't think Amazon's going to make that they're not going to race towards that. They're going to hold back until the library of Vega applications is big, humongous. In my opinion.
True.
They must make more money off Fire Sticks than they do off of Prime TV.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it keeps it. You got to think about why they do what they're doing, and it's, to me, that's why they posted just last month. They're not discontinuing all their current stuff. New devices, we may see that in the Vega. New stuff, but they're not going to go and shove your 4K, your Fire Stick 4K, and say we're going to push Vega on that. Because changing OSs, and I've said that on Streaming Matters numerous times, changing the OS that's a nightmare. And I mean, I guess O'Neill's not on here now, but he could speak to that's not an easy transfer.
No.
Are you hearing?
Wait. I was getting some feedback. I think that was Donald. I was getting some feedback. So go. Someone else had something there.
I used to flash boxes. Butcher remembers when I flashed his shield and I had to take it back. But then again, I've had some success with the Nexus. They do have some devices out where you could pick your operating system. Those are the onboards, like a Pi or some other ones, right, Butcher?
Hold on. Well, there's O'Neill. I got him.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna be in and out. I mean, the only OS ones that I have been able to, that I've ran, that I could swap the OS was on my PC, like a little mini PC.
I thought the onboards, there's some onboards that you could just change your operating system that will, like, you could have Ubuntu, whatever their operating systems are, all sorts of different ones. And then there's some Android devices that has multi-boot, where you could choose your operating system.
Oh, yeah. But
Most
that's
people
also
have smart TVs now, though, don't they? So all the average users, they don't even need these devices anymore. They've just got YouTube and all these things already installed on the TV.
I said that millions of times too.
Yeah, and Doc with a Roku and most streaming device. Again, we are not the majority. The majority of people are just simple. I'm going to sign up for the subscription and it's going to work. The Roku.
The reason Amazon are doing it is because it gives them control over it from start to finish. So, I mean, Android is a derivative of Linux anyway. It runs the Linux kernel, right? It runs the GNU software that powers the Android OS and gives it its open source, in air quotes, right? Google own the majority of the Android development, but you can go and fork it and turn it into your own thing and run your own stuff on there, and build your own version of Android if you want to. You can look at FreakTab, for example, or which was old back in the day for Android boxes, or you can go onto XDA developers and see things being done. But Amazon's goal with moving to Vega is that it gives them full control. It also means that they can control the hardware as well. So, they will control the hardware from start to finish. They'll control the OS. They'll control the way that people use it, and they'll control how people use it.
Yep.
With Android-powered Fire Sticks at the moment, they know that there is a market out there for people that are, and again, a lot of people go, "Oh, I use a hacked Fire Stick."
That pisses me off. That
Not really such a thing. You know,
Wait,
it's
I thought it
not
was a
a thing.
jailbroke.
jailbroken Fire Stick. That was it.
It's not,
I thought it was a
it's not
Back
jailbroke
in the
Fire Stick.
day.
yeah, it's not a thing. It doesn't happen. You
Like
just
it's an
install.
iPhone 1.
You've enabled the developer mode, which you can do on any Android device, and you've been able to install a device outside the user local system. But it's all about control. It's about giving them control and to also remove the stigma that is existing with Fire Sticks as it stands right now. People, you see it in the media, illegal Fire Sticks, illegal Fire Stick doing this. Fire Sticks themselves are not illegal. They're completely legal. They're a completely allowed ecosystem that allows you to stream all of the legal services without any problems. It's the fact that we, as the environment that allows us to do, we go on there and install third-party applications that give us access to content that we don't pay for or we don't contribute towards, and they're trying to get away from that. You know, it's just
as
they're
Kodi.
trying to get away with it. And you will always get a friend request on Facebook from Fire Stick TV Man or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I think I get about 3 of them a week.
Wait, I thought they loved me.
Huh?
I thought Fire Stick Lady loved me. She told me, she sent me a message and said she loved me. Would I be her friend? And I said, yes.
So yeah, it's all about control, right? Amazon want to retain the control of what they get, but it also means that when they build their televisions, and Vega was primarily used for their televisions, they control the hardware, they control the software. That means that they can really nail down the way that the OS worked with that device, in the same way that iPhones and Apple uses OS X for their iPhones, and it works really well with their hardware because it's one piece of hardware that they've got to support. Whereas Android devices and Android phones, there's so many different variants. Amazon decided that using their OS that they've built, arguably from free software, to power their TV means that they control hardware, software, and then the provisioning layer for access into legal content through Prime, Netflix, Disney, Hulu, Discovery Plus, ITVX, Channel 4, etc., etc., etc.
Yep. So basically, it's just an Apple device. Hey, hold on a second. We have got an icon when we talk Kodi World. This is the oldest.
Oh, Jesus.
This is the oldest developer in all of Kodi right now. Am I right? If I'm lying, I'm dying. Who else has an older add-on than this mug? UK Turks. Holy shit. What's up, Turks? I'm honored to have this motherfucker on my show.
UK Turks.
This guy's an icon.
Man.
That's the man.
Infamous.
Oh, man.
What is up, Turks?
I feel like I'm sat with royalty now.
How you doing, guys? How you doing?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a bit late to the show.
No, you're good. You're good. Hey, it's great to have. I mean, this mug. I will just give a little. So this guy was around when TVA was around. So for us older people that understand TVA, what that means, this is a guy that was around in TVA, guys, still hanging in there, and TVA, got an APK.
We're going back Navi X, my friend, not TVA.
Navi X. Holy shit! Oh wait, hold on.
Navi X Sports.
That's it.
I got something for that one there.
Live TV.
Let's see here. Hold on a second. Just a second. What about some of this? The Navi X days. Navi X, the original, the OG back in the day.
Oh,
yeah.
You're making me blush. You're making me blush.
So, all right. So, what is up, Turks? I mean,
Yeah.
you stay a little bit quiet now.
Yeah, all good to tell the truth. Yeah, I've been a little bit quiet. I've been kind of working on the underground a little bit, but yeah, just floating about and just trying to keep relevant. But pretty hard these days, obviously, with everything that's going on.
Again, with Turksy, I mean, anybody that's used the Turks, I mean, between the Kodi add-on or his APK, which is brilliant. If you've used the old Kodi add-on, it is a direct port into the APK. Brilliantly done. Feels very comfortable. It is a pin-based, for the most part, pin-based, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, yeah, the Kodi add-on, was it caused a bit of an uproar, didn't it? Because I was kind of one of the first to go to a pin-based. But
yes, you did. You created some people pissed off.
Yeah. Well, to tell the truth, the reason why I did that, like, and a lot of people know, it was just to kind of cover costs first of all, and time, because I was getting in a bit of trouble with the families, basically saying to me, "Oh, you're spending all this time and doing all this for a hobby, but sometimes your hobby is overtaking your life." So yeah, kind of went to pin-based with Kodi add-on just to kind of obviously pay for just everything really, and then went over to saw APKs were getting quite popular at the time, and I thought, well, why not do both? And done the APK, but just done the APK for like pin protected for just for the TV channels really, and that again to pay for kind of costs and servers and things like that, because it kind of costs a bit of money to kind of keep it maintained as well. So yeah, kind of did that, and yeah, just the rest is this kind of history, really.
Yeah, and again, it's some of the biggest. When I think of Turks, you know what I think of? CCTV.
Oh yeah,
it was the first add-on that has CCTV. How many of you guys clicked into his CCTV to watch a bar in New Orleans or wherever the fuck it was to watch live streams of certain locations?
Yeah, it was a bit weird, wasn't it? It was a bit kind of like a Big Brother situation. Like a lot of people, when I kind of brought that section out, everyone was thinking, "Oh, what use is it for?" Then after a while, I was getting more hits on that section than I was actually getting off of any other sections, and everyone was requesting, "I want CCTV of my next door neighbor" and all of that stuff. So, but yeah, it was very very entertaining just sitting there, just watching people getting pissed and then doing karaoke.
Yeah, it was a good times. Good times. Hey,
okay. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, so can you hold this down? I was going to ask what application that people are using, and it doesn't have to be Kodi. I mean, I'm not trying to force you into saying it, but like, what application are you using as your daily driver that's what you log into each day to watch your stuff? I'll be right back. Aubin?
Yeah. Okay. Who are we going to start with? I believe that it was Todd making all that noise. Aha. I'm sitting here going crazy trying to figure out where's all that coming from. But someone else still has something on.
Yeah. I am getting really bad feedback.
Yeah, me too.
It's horrendous.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought that was you talking, Carla, that feedback.
You just shut your mouth. Don't start me. Don't start getting me angry now.
Yeah,
Turk.
Pink Hulk will kick off.
Yep.
Hey, Turk, what are you using? That would really be the one to really know.
What am I using? So
Yeah.
I'm a bit biased, to tell the truth. I actually I use my own. I use my own, but there is a few good apps that I kind of use occasionally when there's stuff that I kind of want to kind of experiment with. So,
but more the device.
Oh, the device you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or I stay away from anything to do with Amazon. That's a for sure.
Okay. Right.
To tell the truth, I've got a few different devices that I kind of test. But I've got an NVIDIA Shield, which obviously is the Don Daddy of everything.
Right.
But it's a bit expensive for the average user, really.
Right.
To tell the truth, I use the T95 China box, which works unbelievable.
Right.
I have got a Fire Stick as well that I kind of test stuff
You
on, but
test.
most of the time I use a China box. But I just recently purchased a Google TV, Sony Google
Okay.
TV. So I've kind of put all my apps on that. Really, I haven't kind of signed up to anything on the
Right.
actual TV itself, but the actual applications, I'd sideload them off of a USB stick, or sometimes use downloader and just use the TV. So I've got a few different devices, but a lot of people obviously like what's going on with Amazon. I just basically I just tell people to use just China boxes because they're quite cheap.
Yeah.
They work really well, and if you need to replace them, they're not really that expensive to kind of replace.
Right.
For American users that I've kind of had communications with, probably one of the best boxes, like a comparison of the China box, is the ONN box, which is probably one of the best. I think it's called the 4K Pro or something like that, or Max or something, which I've been told is really good. And the equivalent to that in Europe is, I think, it's called the Thompson, which is quite similar to that. So if I'm going to recommend anything like for the average user, would be like the ONN box or Thompson, or obviously a China box, which is the T95.
Right. I've heard of that Thompson box.
Yeah.
Is that like from the UK guys?
I think that's it. It's mostly based in the UK. Thompson. It's an old electronical manufacturer. They used to make TVs like 20, 30 years ago, and they went a bit silent, and now they've come back. So yeah, I think it's more in the UK and Europe.
Okay.
Obviously, the on box is America and Canada, I think.
Right.
So yeah, and obviously the T95 is a box that you can get off of AliExpress or eBay or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it goes again, Todd.
What? Is it me?
Whatever. Yeah, it is you.
What the fuck?
That's worse. Oh no.
Hold on. What?
There you go. Wait. Right there.
There. Wait,
Oh,
come back on.
Oh, it came back on.
You shouldn't have bought that microphone for Timu.
This is not Timu.
He knows me and Timu.
And this is my Shure one.
It's not even the Timu box.
Hold on a second. All right, let me turn off these. Hold on.
Oh, that's what it is. It's his Bluetooth freaking things there he's using.
They're for Timu.
Yeah, I know, right? Just use hardwire, okay? Hardline is always better.
Look, hardwired like he's talking. I'm hardwired.
Yeah.
No, I've still got the sound. I've still got Todd Talk. Oh, I can't hear us, I don't think.
Todd, can you talk? Can you hear us?
One or two, Todd. One or two.
Turn your hearing aid on.
Turn it on.
Oh, I like how that lights up. That's nice.
Wow.
Now he's back.
Todd, you saying something?
There. How about that?
Okay. Okay.
It's a Big Mac and fries.
Yeah.
I also had to make me another Captain Morgan.
Yeah, but your platter can't handle them.
Oh, you're right. You're fucking. Yeah, yeah.
If you drink in the mirror, the Captain Morgan's, you'll need to get the snowman outfit out.
Yeah,
this is delish.
I've got that gif where he pumped the floor.
Oh my! Hey, all right. Hold on a second. We're gonna do a rollback. Hold on a second. Let me roll back, and I want us to just let's see. Let me give me a second.
You can't do rollbacks on cameras. That's not okay.
No.
Oh, fuck. Where's? Damn it! There we go. All right, let's start up here. In here, share. I don't know where Andrew probably was one of the ones trying to jump in here, and we weren't able to grab him.
I'm gonna jump off.
All right, but I ain't seen him. Okay. Hey, Griff, thanks for hanging out with us for a few, and you're more than welcome to stay.
No worries. I'll see you later, guys.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Have
Thanks
it,
for all your hard
Griff.
work.
Cheers, cheers.
Hey Griff, how you doing? We'll see you later, mate.
How you doing,
Good.
Talks, mate?
Yeah,
to see
good
you.
man. Yeah, good. We'll catch up, man.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Bye,
still
man.
on? You still on TG? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I think I'm still in your room somewhere. I'll
Yeah,
catch
all
up
right.
with you some point.
Somewhere hiding in the closet.
Buried,
Yeah, I'm always looking, mate.
Oh, there's Andrew.
lurking.
See you later.
Cool,
Oh,
man.
Andrew, there's Andrew over there. Andrew, jump in. Look at we have the
One, two,
old
three
Mucky
movies.
Ducks.
Yeah.
Mucky Ducks. Remember you guys
what
remember?
you
Yeah.
Remember old Mucky with the 1, 2, 3 movies? And back in the day when people say, I know a lot of people say,
did?
well, back we used to be able to get all these add-ons, but it used to be they would link into one website and pull, like he was pulling from 1, 2, 3 movies. And there would be add-ons that would just link to this one particular website. Whereas now we're scraping multiples. So sometimes when people make comparisons, well, it was quicker back then. Well, first of all, you didn't have the websites fighting you like they are now. A lot of websites don't want Kodi add-ons linking into them because that's a loss of
Revenue.
revenue. Exactly, is going out the door. So
Yeah, it's all about traffic, isn't it?
Yeah.
They need the traffic, not just the revenue, the traffic as well, because then eventually they can invite kind of offers of people purchasing the actual sites. So
true.
It's all about the traffic as well.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons. Just for him, we talked about that earlier with old Mr. O'Neill. Kind of made him blush.
Well,
Let's see. Here's a few add-ons. I don't remember. You guys remember C Cloud?
Yeah, I
Oh
remember.
yeah, I
that.
remember C Cloud. Yeah.
C Cloud. Oh, and he would pull in a lot of live content, but it was almost like he was pulling IPTVs links from all over the place. Really nice. I felt like he was a younger guy. Nice guy.
You remember he was trying to get people to help out and
Yes.
with doing that. He's done some good stuff in the background. God, I can't believe I remember all this.
Yeah.
Phoenix
Oh,
with
Zem.
Red Salts was good.
Zem.
Oh yeah, Zim.
Yeah, and Pro Sports was a real good. Now that was linked. This was linked to
I like
Reddit.
that.
Remember, it was
Well,
linked to
legit.
Reddit threads, and where people would post the links in Reddit, and it would pull the link from the Reddit thread. It was brilliantly done, and it would. So every day people would post. So the developer, I guess, didn't have. It wasn't like he was grabbing the links. The script would just scan through the Reddit thread and pull the NHL or the NFL or whatever sport they were. It would pull the link. Well, it was brilliantly done.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time. Let's see here.
Go to Phoenix.
Phoenix, which became so many things. I mean, because Blue started back then, and so many. Val was on that. Rock Crusher,
Exodus as well. Wow.
Exodus,
Memories.
and Castaway. Now, wasn't Castaway like?
The sports.
Yeah, I want to say it was like I remember using it a little bit.
An all-in-one.
Yeah, a Wii, the Royal Wii. Remember, he was around for a couple years and had real good content. And those Sports Devil,
yeah, that Sports Devil was one of the best
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, that's with sports devil. Yeah.
Oh, here the Aries Wizard.
I got that.
Oh
still.
yeah, Aries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Aries Club. Yeah.
I'm lucky Andrew ain't in here right now because him and I were not fans of the Aries Wizard because it felt like they were copying a lot of the shit we were doing. But then you look at the GUI had that same look, right? From the Fire TV was talking about. With the different things you could install. Yeah, the Aries Wizard was very cool, very good thing. This was an image from back when Bob unleashed some of our things, and one of the very first add-on that had GIFs. We had the GIFs running the images, where it wasn't a static image, and we were like so excited to be able to have something that was moving, and I was always about I wanted something moving on the screen. I'm like, let's do something that nobody else is doing.
Well,
The
Here he is.
the
I got
white
him.
devil.
Hold on a second, everybody.
Please give a warm welcome to the man, the myth, the legend, and the most obnoxious bald cunt I know, the infamous Dick of Darts. ARB.
Our boy got it. He got.
I swear that gets more offensive every time I hear it. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, no, you're good, brother. You're good. So we were just looking through some different things. And actually, this video here, you don't hear it, but this is a video I made where it was talking about how to add things to your library. Back with using the open, with using cues at metallic.
Yeah, I love metallic.
And me with my, look at my animated backgrounds because I had to have shit was moving in the background.
Yeah.
It's showing how you can add things from the internet to the thing, to your library.
Do you know what I loved? I loved the fact you could go to somebody and say, "This is what I'm looking for," and literally 10 minutes later, they would message you back going, "Here you go."
Yeah. Oh, Metallibob. Was it Metallic Bob or what?
Yeah, Metallibob. Like, I literally, like, no joke, playlisting when you had to get direct links was a nightmare. They would die. It was just so hard to keep them toppy until I met somebody and they just flipped the script on something.
Made it a whole lot easier.
So much.
Yeah.
So much.
All right, so this is a story. So Andrew, you were around when this happened. When Blue came to us and came to our group, and she hung out with us for a couple months, right? Before she even left Phoenix.
She defected.
Yeah.
And then she left. And then she brought Costa and TMPD, the new Pirate Bay, Valhalla. And Costa, now he didn't transition so well.
He's a bit of a roll.
Because he hated everyone and everyone hated him.
Oh, he was a dick right from the start. And when he pulled into our group, and again, it was Andrew, me, Mid, Q, and I don't think Kara and Griff were there yet.
No, we didn't come into later on. I think once the shoot the Costa and all that happened.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was a. Yeah, babe, you got something to add? Well, I see.
I'm just gonna close the door. Opinion on Costa, Robert.
Yeah. Oh man, he could be. He could be argumentative.
He was worse than me.
Yes, much. He was much worse. I mean, he could be really difficult to work with. I mean, it was either his way or no way, and he would argue. And we'd be in these group chats, and folks don't remember. We would be in it'd be the handful of us, and just sometimes it's like, golly, man, do you have to? I mean, you're in a new group, and he would be like, "This is the way it ought to be." It's like, you're in a new fucking group.
I think he's a Scouser, isn't he?
Who?
He's from Liverpool, I think.
Oh.
Or he supports Liverpool. So it makes a lot of sense.
Well, you're hard-headed too.
No.
Until you kick the poor geezer out of your groups.
Did he not leave? He left about 5 or 6 times, man.
Yeah, he did. He did. We get pissed off. I'm out of here. Then come back the next day. He was back and forth. Oh, that was fun time. But Andrew, remember this? Remember when Lee was and Mid were trying to teach people how to do Python? Total Revolution. So what this idea is with Total Revolution, before Noobs and Nerds, it was an idea of trying to teach people how to code. And Mid still does that. If you want to learn code, now he's not doing add-ons, But if you want to learn how to do Python, he's willing to show people. And Kara, you've been in that group numerous times where he's.
Yep. I'm still in the group.
100%. And to try to, and again, he's not teaching you how to do an add-on. That's not what his concern is. But teach Python.
Yeah.
So that if you want to take Python and you want to go that direction, well, that's up to you. But teach you the basics of Python. And that was 2017, Andrew. Holy fuck. I've known you a long time. I've known you a long time.
Yeah. I met you on Facebook, I think. And because like how I got into this, like pretty much like everybody else really, I just wanted to watch certain things that start at 3:00 on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch those kind of things. So I bought one of these cheapy Chinese boxes, one of them MX boxes or whatever. And obviously I went online to see what kind of stuff there was, and I saw all these like builds. So I actually made my first build on that crappy little box with a controller. So with that shit controller, we literally had to slam the buttons to get stuff to move. And then I came across community builds.
Yep.
Add-on and Facebook page.
Oh.
And
that was with Baroni. I think wasn't that with Baroni? He goes by
didn't
Baroni.
have that one. That was a massive build group. I can't remember who ran it, but I ended up on the Telegram group for like community builds, like the Total XPMC thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got a message off Lee, and he was like, "Oh, I've seen you giving all this help to people in the other group. Do you want to join the admin group?" So I joined the admin group, and that was my first taste of like seeing like an add-on dev and how they work and how they do what they do.
Yep.
I just remember one day he was like, "Oh, we need some more help. We need more people." And I was like, "I know the one guy. This guy called the Butcher." So we pulled you in, and then the rest is history, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, this guy, me and him have got they're very like-minded. We agreed on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, most stuff we did. Yeah,
Man,
and we created an add-on or a build. The first two build. So Andrew created one build, and then I had my own build, but you could swap between which builds you wanted to use. And again, this was, I mean, we say that now that I look at Diggs, which Diggs has multiple builds within his one build with the skins. But there was nobody doing that stuff. Back when, I mean, our build was only 450 megs or some shit like that. It was humongous. But I mean, you remember it was black and white. In which I looked for a fucking image of that. I could find it. Yes.
You could just switch profile, go to the other build.
Yeah. And it was a great way of having two builds in one installation. In Indigo. Anything you want to, I'll let you. I mean, you're a favor of your favorite.
Piece of shit add-on, basically.
This was a backdoor malware. It part of TVA, and the downside that we didn't like about it is that it installed itself automatically and then forced you to use its stuff, which again, we were all for. You decide what you want to install on your device.
Right.
But Indigo kind of changed that. It wrote when it installed it, then it would say, no, you can't install these things, but it would push you towards TVA stuff.
Yeah, there was an incident with because obviously we had to make our own scrapers, and then then there was a whole thing with URL resolver. And then someone made a new resolver of it, and then this thing would like disable that, so you couldn't use it.
Yeah.
And do you know the sad thing, right? It's like obviously I'm down on TVA. I really don't like TVA, but there's quite a lot of good stuff came from TVA.
True.
There's a lot of good developers in there, and a lot of good like add-ons came from it, like Genesis, Salts is probably the best
Turks.
add-on I've ever used.
I think of Turks. Turks was in there too, bro.
Turks was in there, yeah.
He signed me up. He signed me up because he was basically saying that the only way going forward with Kodi was with Indigo, and the only approved would be TVA stuff. So obviously, he kind of fooled everyone to kind of jump on board with him, and God knows why. We didn't know at the time. We thought, yeah, we was part of the community, and obviously, he was earning money off of all of us.
Yeah. It is surprising sometimes when we look back in history and we see when somebody tells you to do something and you're like, oh, that sounds right. And then history, when we look back at it, you're like, well, why was he telling me that? Oh, that's right. He was making money from telling us to do it a certain way. Again, you got to be open-minded and step back. And sometimes, and again, with Adam, remember, he wouldn't want any builds, but his was a build. It was a build when you installed it, but you can't talk about build. I remember Blue got in trouble for hanging out with us, Andrew, and we talked about the best, and I remember her saying, the best build is your build. Which, does that sound offensive to say the best build is your build? Nothing offensive about that. She was in the Phoenix group in their chat, and he berated her about, how dare you talk about builds? We don't talk about builds. And it's like, well, she's not talking about a build. She's saying the build you make is the best build. How is that talking about build? And he says, you don't talk about that. And that was one of the straws on the camel's back that just made her decide to say, hey, I don't want to be part of this group. Hey, hold on a sec. We got a guy in the chat here. Holy fuck. Mr. Slamalus has joined us. Another guy that does been around forever. Slam, what's up? I hold on a second. He's on mute. There he is. Slam.
What's up?
What is up? Another person that doesn't do anything outright, but he helps a lot of people.
Slam.
Yes.
Yes.
Up, everybody.
The main man himself. Retired OG.
Yes. Yeah. So how are you doing, Slam?
I'm all right. I just I work nights, so like I'm just kind of waking up. So
yeah. Well, hey, I'm honored to have him come on the show. And again, I've invited Slam a bunch of times. I've known him for years and years. And the schedule he works is not conducive to our show, which I completely understand. But for him to jump on the show, and again, this is a guy that doesn't have an add-on out there, doesn't have something with his name on it, but one of those people, when I said earlier about people that just help the community and help wherever they can help. Slam is one of those people that's, hey, I'm willing to help you and share knowledge and to keep things running and carrying that baton. And he is one of those guys. And I appreciate the work that he's done, even though it's not, out front where people know.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that has helped me quite a lot as well. And as I say, there's a good few that I've reached out to, and he's always helped me in any way possible that he can. And again, such a good guy. Really generous and helpful, and it still amazes me that people are still so very helpful in the community, even though you don't have a public add-on. If you go to anybody within the community or within any of the chats that we're in, they're so helpful.
Yeah,
it is so nice to see.
Saying that, it's mostly the old school. Like the new school, really kind of not really like that, because there's not that much of a community as how it used to be for all of us, like old schoolers. So yeah, definitely, he's definitely up there. Definitely up there. He's helped me quite a few times as well. So
yeah, appreciate you very much.
Yeah, happy to help when I can.
Yeah, you're always busy. You're always so busy.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they don't. Just depending on how much time I have, or what's going on in life. I haven't necessarily been able to help out as much as I once did. But so like I sometimes I'll get people and they they'll need help with an add-on or something, and I'll fix an issue for them or help them, and then they'll be like, "Oh, and by the way, I also need this," and then it's I hate to say, like, you work really hard to get that one issue fixed, and then it's like, oh, okay, by the way, well, this is also happening. So I'm just like, also, sometimes I just don't have the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well,
because
Slam.
people don't realize is like, yeah, the issue got fixed, but that might have taken me a few hours to get that one little issue fixed.
Mhm.
and and then for you to throw one or two more issues out there, I just don't have the time. So it's not personal if I maybe just don't have the time.
Well, and again, Slam. When we talk about people think, well, I'm not trained in that, or I'm not learning. Slam, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you were self-taught on all of the shit that you've learned Python along the way. Am I right on that? I mean,
Well, you mentioned mid.
yes.
This is behind the scenes where kind of like tries to get people involved in Python. That's kind of where it started for me. Uh, I seen him post something about the boring stuff.
Yeah, automate the boring stuff.
Automate the boring stuff. He posted
Yes.
that, so I started with that.
Yep.
So I could really thank Ned for kind of showing me the way to kind of get my feet wet, anyways.
Yeah.
And from there, it just once you start to learn, some of like the basics, then you take a look at the add-ons and you can kind of see like similarities. So then I just kind of made it a point to learn. Okay, what does that do? Okay, what does that do? Uh, I went on Kodi Wiki. There's a lot of great stuff there to kind of just go through the basics. Like I really wanted to focus on the basics. And once you get familiar with the basics, you realize that even the bigger, more complicated add-ons, they they all at their fundamentals, they're at the core, they all use those same fundamentals,
Mm-hmm.
but they've added a lot on top of that, obviously. And then you just kind of like you can make an add-on, and it could be just as simple as adding one list item, and then you just learn like there's Kodi modules that you use to add that list item, and then just from there it snowballs, and you just add to it, but it all starts with those fundamentals.
Yeah.
So
And
I,
I
I
mean,
I never jumped into like the big add-ons until I kind of had a handle on
well, to me, it's a testament that people can learn this. And I mean, Andrew, you and I, we attempted scrapers. You did way better than I did, because
Yeah.
you and Blue are more perfectionist. I'm a little bit more, let's ram through and get it done quick. And again, that's a learning those steps. And if you're a person that can follow those steps, and it's a lot of those same scripts or code, it runs in the, there's the same thing. And once you learn one, it's like, oh, this is the same thing. It's just a little bit different. But, a few things are changed. And
Yeah,
again, so
some of it was
people can learn.
easy and some of it was pretty hard, but it gives you appreciation for everybody who does actual coding.
Yeah.
Like it is hard. It's not just like write this little bit of line of code and that'll fix it, or like, oh, this thing doesn't work in your add-on, just quickly do it. You just need to do this, and it's not as simple as that. Like,
yeah,
you're basically chasing the sites all the time, aren't you?
It's a definite. People got to be able to see the big picture and step back. And to me, I would be looking really close at what that is, and I couldn't step back and look at the big picture. And I remember telling Blue, I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. I mean, I remember writing a script for a simple scraper for a simple site. Easy peasy. It was like super easy site.
Yeah,
but then we would talk.
The index one.
Yeah, we would talk about we would show a different site. Like, and I remember us talking, it would be you, me, Blue, and Mid. We're trying to write a scraper for a site. And he's like, oh, yeah, you just, da, 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 da. And I'm like, huh? How did you just do that? And I'm like, this is, my mind's blown. This is bigger than my brain can hold. So
we did okay. Like we did all right because we had like a week to write.
Oh
a
God!
bunch of scrapers, didn't we? Because obviously we got told we weren't allowed to use the Phoenix ones anymore.
Yeah, that was back when Bob. To roll back for folks, this was when Bob was released, and we were using the Resolve URL Resolver back then, I guess it was. And we were using their scrapers, and Lambda said, I give you a week to use my scrapers, and then you're not using my scrapers no more. I'll write code so you can't use it. And Mid had to midstream completely write all new scrapers for the add-on because we had a week before Lambda wrote a code, which they implemented it with Indigo and TVA to ban Bob to pull results from that.
I remember that.
You know, I never ever knew Lambda, but I heard a lot of stuff about him. And
yeah,
all of it was always good. And obviously really good coder, like one of the most popular add-ons. Well, multiple add-ons that were popular. But then he just there's that one thing he did that really let him down was that code he put in. What I think it deleted somebody's add-on or locked somebody's add-on. Like that was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I think at that point he was he'd been doing it for free again. Andrew Adam was making money off it, but he wasn't. Lambda was just working for free, kind of a slave labor kind of situation, and he was getting at that. Remember, he was just pissed. He was shut up, sit down. But who let your cages lace? So he got frustrated, and he was like, I'm at that point. I can't do this no more, and wrote that bad code. And deleted people's add-ons, and that was when he said, "I'm done." And Blue knew him from Phoenix days, and she says, Blue said he is the nicest guy in the world.
He's the top guy. He's
super nice.
And to tell the truth, that code, even though he created and implemented that code, he was forced to do that.
Oh.
He was forced to do that. That's a little bit of an insight there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, and then he was made and then he was made the scapegoat out of it, and then kicked off, and he was kicked out of everything. So yeah, it was a bit of a double standard the way he got treated, because to tell the truth, without him, he was the kind of the original master coder. So without him, there was a lot of add-ons, a lot of kind of the way TVA progressed, the way Phoenix progressed. It wouldn't have progressed if he wasn't behind it originally.
Yeah, that's a good point, Turks, because you think of Genesis and Exodus in that multi-scraper. I mean, he created all that.
Yeah,
he created that multi-scraper thing. Not just I'm looking at one website, I'm gonna pull the links from this one website. He created the I'm gonna look over a number of websites which we think of Finn and we think of all these other add-ons that have progressed because of that idea.
Yeah, exactly. He was way ahead of his time because no one was coding multi scrapers then. It was just one website and that's all they could do. And he kind of introduced that really.
100%. And that's again, when we go back to the history of it, and I appreciate you, Turk, saying that because I wasn't part of that circle. I mean, we were on the other side of it. So we didn't see that because Blue was in our group or in our camp. And when he at that time, when he talked to Blue and said, hey, this is what you got. And at some point you're going to have to change that. And I remember Mids being like, all right, I've got to write all new code. And
he did.
He fucking did it. I mean, honestly, he wrote Universal Scrapers.
Yep.
In fucking a week. And I mean, that guy doesn't do anything in Kodi now. He doesn't do anything. I mean, I couldn't even get him to come on the show. Because he's got his own life going on, which I 100% respect. But at that time, this guy wrote and created all new scrapers, all new stuff, and you write his own resolver in a week, and said, and that was because we were trying to do something different, and all that stuff happened like in an instant. And so when I hold it, be honest, and Kara and Andrew can attest, I hold Mid to a high standard because this guy had morals. He was community focused on every single thing he did. Remember when he created Gen? He created Gen from Bob so that anybody could create an add-on. Andrew, you were in the conversations when we were talking about, do we create a gen? Do we not create a gen? And he says, I want to create a template so anybody can create an add-on. Not just so us or we can have an add-on. Anybody can create an add-on. You know what I mean? That's not thinking of me. That's thinking of anybody that doesn't have to use my name can create this add-on.
Yeah, and the whole idea for the creators was to get everybody in the community, like people who wanted to learn them, to contribute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it didn't really turn out that way, like, because it turns out coding's not as easy as people think it is. That's why I appreciate, like, I don't really know Turk, but I do appreciate people like him because these are people that started off as like playlisters. And obviously, I've done a bit of playlisting before, and it's nothing like coding add-ons or anything like that. So you've got to appreciate people like that who start at the bottom and work their way up to the top to where they are now. Like to still be going now, it's actually insane.
Yeah. Oh, I have, to tell the truth, I've had a lot of help from the beginning. Really, it kind of started off that, again, like we said, from NaviX, and then it was only when kind of Metal Kettle ripped my playlist and created an add-on for me without even me knowing. So, because that was the time when, if you remember, the AAA was around and they were ripping out all the add-ons and stuff. So, yeah, it was him. And then obviously along the way, I've had help from Metal Kettle, help from Nemzi, help from basically Slam, from a few other people as well. So yeah, it's been a kind of a long path, and yeah, kind of learned a lot of things along the way as well. So yeah, kind of, if you don't kind of involve yourself with other people, you'll never learn, because obviously you can only learn to a certain aspect, like being self-taught, but you kind of get opinions and kind of ways of methods of how other people work, and then you kind of incorporate it into yourself.
And that, to me, that's what the whole, when I've been on this side of it and seeing community, and I still think we have a community, and it's people helping other people for no glory. Used to be you had to put somebody's help in your add-on XML. If you put that in add-on XML, you could say, hey, thanks to so-and-so in your add-on XML, and you're okay. Now you don't even see that. I don't see any kind of keynotes in your add-on
Credits.
great, given credits, excuse me, thank you. And we don't see that. And how credits don't cost you jack shit. I mean, it counts you for a 6 or 8 strokes to a keyboard to say thanks to Slam for helping me out with this, or thanks to DJ for helping me with this, thanks to so and so. Doesn't cost you nothing. But to me, if you're a person that helps that person to get to their end point, that does say something. But we have lost a little bit of that in the community, that people don't give credit to those people that helped them get to that point.
Yeah.
Which is not a fan of, but kind of where we are.
What it is.
We are where we are. But
I've never really been one to seek credit.
Nope.
In fact, I prefer to be unnamed, just because of where things are in the mainstream. I would rather not be in the mainstream.
Yeah, the amount of time Slamus has helped me, and he's always said, I don't want any kind of mention because you're too popular, so you're gonna create more heat for me, basically.
More or less, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit like you, Butcher. For me, I had Mid. I would say Mid is my messiah. The man has got such a calming, and he's so good at teaching. Like teach you code, obviously, because he's so patient. Because I'm not the quickest of learning, and he's so good at explaining it, and then he'll talk you through it, and then honestly, I'm so thankful that yous asked us to commit to Bob, because if we didn't commit to Bob, I would never have known yourselves. I wouldn't have known Mid. I wouldn't
It
have
was a
got
tough decision, to be honest.
And he had to be.
There's a lot of back and forth conversation about it.
he had to be patient because to understand you, Cara, is it's not the most easiest of things as well, isn't it?
Kara got to have thick skin. She's got to. She rolled, but hey,
All
she
right.
is the kindest of heart.
He developed the Telegram plugin that translated what you said.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah.
I do think that you can understand. I'm not speaking, but I need subtitles.
No, I got you.
It's because you're speaking slowly, Cara. Come on, pull the other leg. You're speaking slowly. If you spoke normally, no one would understand you in this group.
100%.
Hey, for us that's been in a chat with her, it's 100%.
Yeah.
We've been in chats with her.
Jesus
I'm
Christ,
telling you, when she gets
if you push
pissed,
the right buttons,
holy fuck.
if you push the right buttons, your notifications on your phone is going to blow up.
Yeah. Yeah. But like Mid for me is the person that has changed my take on Kodi, because when I was in Evolve before, it was all direct links. At that time there was no list, there was no TBMD and the other one track. There was none of that. There was just direct links, da-da-da. And you had to go and find all this information and put it all on. The links would die, you would need to update them. But Mid just shows you such a different way of an outlook to something. And he's so good at teaching. Like, you could actually learn so much from him. And he's so open about it, and that's what I like about him as well. He wanted to give back and say anybody can have an add-on. How generous is that? To do that for the community?
Yeah.
And he would do features and stuff for you that you wanted. Like, How many times, Todd, did you and me go, oh man, I wish this add-on had such and such feature? That would be cool, wouldn't it? I wonder how hard that is to do.
That's true. Hey, I was the idea guy. I was kicking out ideas, and I would think, oh, I said I wanted shit moving, and he's like,
You
and
need more
everybody else
chips.
is like, stupid. This is a stupid idea. And then it was like the next day, oh, hey, you guys try this plugin, and the gifts are like doing like this. I'm like, what the fuck? And
You had that build that had where the menu bar was just all spinning,
yes,
like different color lines and
that
all
was
that.
from Q. Q helped me with that one.
Yeah,
Well, he wrote it. I won't say I did it. I didn't
he
do jack
wrote
shit.
it, and
I had the
you
idea.
just went crazy with it.
I created the build and from his work. But again, folks, if you're in Telegram, and if you're a person that wants to, and I don't know, Mid doesn't really push his Python adding Telegram group. And I don't even know how active that is, Kara. You're in that group.
It is active.
He teaches people in that group.
Mhm.
I mean, Kara's 100% right. This is a guy now. He's got a job, so he's not on there all the time.
No.
But he's there to teach people in 100% about patience of that when he's listening to people, and I mean, his heart has to be 4 stories high. I mean, so kind, so thoughtful, and I've never seen him I've never heard him say a mean word about anybody. And I've been in a lot of chats with him. Never said anything mean about anybody, and be like, well, they're working on whatever, I'm like, fucking, you're not a saint. You know what I mean? Again, when we work, and again with Slam and these different Turks, he's helped different people in these, and to me, to create the gen and to say this is for anybody to use. You don't have to use my name. Here you go. To me that's what kept, to me, third party going when we hit the MPAA roadblock. Because I think of Seaman, I think of Death Star, I think of all these other add-ons that branched from that template. And Kara, she uses her own add-on. She don't have a public. She creates her own add-on. It's not super hard, but she creates her own add-on that is just for her.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody can have that. And it's just like, fuck, you created that for anybody to use. So to me, again, that community, that focus, that share, carrying the baton, whatever.
Yeah, he's just such a genuine, generous guy that I've never came across somebody who is just so helpful and would help you every single day. Would never be like, oh no, I'm too busy, or I know he's busy now and get a job and stuff, but he's just honestly like such a the nicest, one of the nicest guys I know. Like,
I agree.
I owe a lot to him, because if it wasn't for him, I would not be able to have my own add-on that's private to me, and I'm thankful for that.
That aside, everyone in the community needs to thank all you guys. All you guys that have actually done and created these add-ons. I mean, I was just a builder. The only thing where I got involved was doing themes and fucking wallpapers for people. Fucking about like redesigning shit. I could do a bit of Photoshop, but Python, I had no idea. So, none of the community, no one would have any of the stuff they've got if it wasn't for you guys putting in the effort that had the technical skills to do the coding. So, I never got a chance to say this when I had my build for 3 years, but, now a few of you here. A lot of you guys have helped me in the background. And, big thank you, because I would have never had the build or had the opportunity to give what I gave to the community if it wasn't for you guys doing the hard work in the background.
Yeah. I mean, everybody does their part.
Likewise.
Mm-hmm. Everybody does their part. And that's nobody's small part in this. I mean, nobody's small. And that's when I see people that are creating new add-ons, I'm like, hey, you go. Because I don't know, maybe that guy's encouraging somebody else. So I look at every piece is part of the big puzzle.
Yeah.
let's
Even the
see.
skin modders. You know, the
Yes.
guys that modded skins. You know, like Aeon Nox I used to use, and it was just because I could use a GIF as an intro, have a video intro to it, and I tried to be something different. And anyone that could just tinker with all that stuff and make it work, you know.
Well, we had TK was he's not in the chat. I haven't seen him in the chat today, but TK, Tara, he created all kinds of skins and said, "Here you go. Use it however you want." And I don't know. That's a big thing to me. Yeah. Hey, Andrew, do you remember this? Andrew, you there?
Sharing it yet?
Wait, what?
I'm
Oh,
like,
my-
like,
hold
you
on,
said,
I'm
"Do you
looking
remember
at
this?"
it.
And then
I'm looking at it, and I'm like,
No,
oh,
no, we don't. No, not
I'm
up.
sorry. Sorry. All right, so hey, I need another rum.
That's why I'm here for you, brother.
Thank you. I need another
oh,
rum.
that's total revolution.
Yeah, you remember that when you could create and you could add the scrapers. At one point with Community Portal, remember when we thought of the Lee had the idea of creating a template if you wanted a sports build or you wanted a movie build, and creating the right repositories and the right add-ons that would bump up and basically create your own build.
Yeah, so you type in like sport, and then there was a zip file that installed a bunch of sports add-ons that you had added to like a folder.
Yes.
With the original repositories, because I know there was a lot of like
super repos.
There was a lot of fuss over like, oh, don't put it in. You're not getting it from my repo, so it's not.
Right.
There's a lot of that, but this installed like the actual people's correct repos.
That was fun. That was a fun thing.
Yeah, super repo was it? Oh, look at that terrible icon! I made that.
I made that. All right, so Andrew did almost all
I
his work.
hated. Do you know? Can I just say something? Noobs and nerds. I hated that name so much.
Me too. I voted not for that.
We were like, just please keep it as total XBMC for God's sake. But he just wanted to get away from that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So he
Yeah,
was
he
like,
did.
what's the shittest name I could come up with?
The noobs and nerds.
And then the abbreviation of just NAN.
Oh my
It's
God,
like
we
a
would.
bloody bunch of old people.
Yeah, and he had all right. So TVP Guide was one of his babies. Remember that was the paid service TV guide that he had.
Yeah, and he was involved with Dixie Dean, I think it was for or was it on tap?
On
TV
tap.
Guide.
On tap.
They had like a little bit of beef going on, so he like, so Lee like basically ripped his TV guide off and made his own, and then I think I did the skinning for that. Yeah, that's actually in one of those pictures that I sent you of my build.
Oh shit! Hold on a second.
And then iView and Renegades and all that came out. TV guides were quite popular at one point.
Yeah, TV guides were. Oh wait a minute! There
I was
you
a
go.
Renegades guy.
Yeah, Renegades was. He had so many different skins.
Ant was great from that as well. He really helped me a lot.
Show images. Okay, save. All right, let's get back to this. All right, so I'm still saving, sharing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hold on. Was that the one?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically on tap, but not on tap.
Not on tap. Yeah, that was because Lee had the beef with the other guy, and
Dixie Dean. He was the original one that who started all the.
Yeah, his was like you had to pay for it, didn't you? It was like
yeah, it was a subscription based. And this was when we used to, and I would link into Stalker, and you would be able to watch all the live TV and have the TV guide. You know, to me, I didn't have no time for that. Andrew had time for that.
I think the catch up bit on there was like you could watch it live through an add-on, or you could click catch up and it would search that program or that movie in different add-ons. like kind of like what Metallic did.
Yep. Oh, there's another one. One Nation, which is no longer around.
Loads of people like that. Knox skin, didn't they?
Yeah, and Knox skin.
Oh, look, there's another one blast from the past in the chat, Mr. Blamo as well.
Wait, hold on a second. Blamo over there? Hold on, let me see.
I thought I saw him in there before. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'll post a link. If Blamo wants to join us, he's more than welcome to join us. Love, again, Blamo with placenta. What the fuck? I don't know where he
was buzzing. He was, let's be honest, he must have been
he had to be. It was like every time you had to say that name, you're like, placenta. Catorium, which was kind of like a Death Star.
Yeah.
Sports HD. The Boys. You guys remember The Boys?
No.
Yeah.
A lot of these came after me.
Release BB is still around with Bocacino. I think I'm saying his name right. He's been on the show in the past with Release BB. Kara talked about Saren. The Oath.
Oh yeah, The Oath. Yeah, that was another. Yeah,
that's a good one.
The Oath. Back in the day.
Another Kodi verse was another like a Death Star. It was a group of people got together and you could link into different playlists. That was fun.
There it is, Sports Devil.
That's the OG, that one.
Oh, Jesus.
I preferred the red one.
You got that, Aubin? I'll get it. There we go. Blamo. Blamo, what is up?
What's going on, Blamo?
Just relaxing. How about you guys?
Hey, while you're on here right now, we grabbed it. I got to know, where did you come up with the name Placenta?
I was me and Maud were on Hangouts one night, and we had fucking crazy ideas for names, So we're just thinking of stuff and like placenta. Yeah, that works. And fucking boom.
Let's be honest, though.
Next thing you know, it's fucking out there.
Stoned, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, the full placenta, and the shit worked though. I mean,
yeah, it did.
It worked great. But every time I had to say it, I was like, "Oh, that's placenta."
I met people in public that used Kodi, and they're talking about this add-on placenta, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I worked on that add-on." And they're like, "No way, really?" And get to talking to people about that shit. It's pretty fun, to be honest.
Yeah. And again, with Blamo, if you guys, Blamo, what add-ons did you work on, bud? Hold on a second. Go ahead.
The Salt's Fork. I still do shit for that. What was it, Covenant Fork or something, which was Placenta. Neptune Rising, that was add-on that Soulless was doing. He said take it over, so I said okay. And Chocolate Salty Balls.
Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me stop for a second. All right, so Soulless, another guy that nobody talks about, but many of us know. Soulless did all kinds of work on add-ons as well as behind the scenes. And so you took Soulless's add-on and then you created Salty Balls.
That was Neptune Rising.
Neptune Rising became Salty Balls.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Blamo, you were always fucking trying to make people uncomfortable with your fucking names of add-ons. Salty Balls.
That's just on Hangouts talking. What should I name this?
Salty Balls.
Right.
Little South Park action.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good name.
That was a good name. Oh my god.
There's that build that wasn't a build.
Nope.
Salty balls?
No,
No.
My build was the Kodi killer. And then after that, I got the letters at the door and took all my shit private.
Yeah, that's why, to be honest, that's why I've been so happy that none of my builds are popular. And honestly, I make my builds for me, because for me and my family, so that my family can install whatever I'm setting up and say, hey, there you go. I don't want my build to be popular. When me and ARB were running around, sure, I wanted my build to be popular. I cared about what videos were made about my build. I cared about all that shit. Now, or with even years ago, I got to where the point I'm like, I don't want my build to be talked about. I don't want videos to be made about my build. I care about me and my family, because I don't want to have to set up shit for my family manually. I want them to install shit and then it work. And when you get popular, problems come with it.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know how Diggs stays going. And again, nothing against Diggs. Diggs is very popular. There's 1,000 fucking videos about that guy. And he does beautiful work on his builds. But I'm like, how do you fucking avoid a letter coming to your house?
Mine wasn't even popular, and I got a fucking letter.
Well, no, you were tied into Nan and tied into GitHub, and that's what got you in trouble. Hey, thank God I was not part of the GitHub.
He uses the simple wizard, by the way.
Yeah, he does, and he's got the skin switcher. I mean, I'm on his Facebook, and I read it every day, or I'll read what posts are, and I once in a while I'll chime in with a little bit of what I think is what I think it might help people. But he gets thousands of people on his builds, thousands and thousands of people, and it's beautiful. It's got the weather widgets. It's got every single add-on that you'd want. Or I shouldn't say that, because it's not every add. He's got a lot of add-ons. He's using the TMDB helper, which to me is too heavy. He's got so many things going on, but people, you know what? He's got the videos, the traffic, traffic as in the videos drive the traffic there. And I don't know how he stays out of trouble. I mean, because God knows, I mean, if you had that much traffic, I would be scared. Because I am who I am. Fucking, I don't hide who I am. So I don't know.
He might live in a country that they don't care about it, right?
Yeah,
that's true. He may. Yeah. No, Canada. No,
Nobody
you ain't
cares
living in
about
Canada not getting in trouble. Fucking yeah.
Nobody cares about the 51st state.
It's always a gray line in Canada.
I was looking. I guess that was the last one of my videos or pictures, because I had a bunch of. Yeah, it was fun looking at some of those things.
See, like I'm kind of basic for a build, and I'm always Confluence for a build. Always, I'll never change. And I know people don't like Confluence, but it works. Like you say, you do it for your family, so they can access it.
Yep.
And that's all they've ever known. So see if I was to change to like, what is it, Aeon Nox or something like that, my family wouldn't understand.
Yep.
So I need to stick with Confluence, because that's what they know, and that's how they navigate it.
Yeah,
But
that's
it is
what they say. Stick with what you know.
Yeah, but it is a pain, because I've no updated my. I'm still on Kodi 20. I'm not even on Kodi 21.
Speaking of, just before, I've got to go soon, but I just thought of something when you were talking there. What is everybody's favorite version of Kodi? I think I started on Gotham, I think it was. And I think probably Kodi. What was after Gotham? Was it Frodo? No, Frodo was before.
I think I like Kodi 18 or 19, one of the two, but I don't know what one that was.
16, 17, I think was good.
17 was good, you're right.
Jarvis. Code 16 was
Jarvis.
Jarvis. I
Yeah,
think.
Jarvis.
I think 16, 17, 18.
Krypton was 17, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
and
like
Leah.
that one.
After
Yeah,
that.
Leah just passed.
Yeah.
Frodo.
I used to rock SPMC. Anyone use that?
Yeah.
But SPMC?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
used to use that SBMC. I used that
Yeah.
one.
had a few more features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
used to rock
13.
that one.
I think 13 and 14 was Helix, I think.
Oh, actually, Helix was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a big jump at one stage, wasn't there? Where a lot changed in it.
Well, whenever they could use the GIFs, that was when that would became my favorite. Because I wanted moving backgrounds. That was my favorite version.
If it didn't explode your PC, you weren't interested.
Hey, how many fire sticks did I burn up with my damn build? Because I had so many things going on. And
That's why your build wasn't popular, because it blew up everybody's fire stick.
I was burning the motherfuckers up. So hey, I see Ant over there, Ant Renegades.
Oh,
Were some
God,
amazing
that's
back in the day.
Renegade.
Very thankful for the support from Retromania and Slamless. Those guys were legends and helped to so many people and still do. 100%. And Renegades, I again, hopefully he comes on the show. Another
Ant was my go-to guy. If I couldn't do the
Unseen.
Python shit, I couldn't work out the code in the wizards. Ant helped me with everything. So, you know, I wouldn't have got anywhere near the popularity I had as a build if it wasn't for Ant.
Yeah, I think Ant saved me for a couple of major arguments as well.
You argued?
Hold on.
Yep, I argued quite a lot, and I think he kind
No,
of sorts
I don't
me out a wee
believe
bit.
it.
So he's very helpful.
You only argue when Griff's about.
No, I argue we have disagreements. I'm quite opinionated. That's the problem.
No, you're talking shit. There's no way.
Don't even, hey Andrew, don't even fucking candy coat that bitch. You know, she's opinionated and yeah. Good. I remember this is again when we go back to. I remember the first time I talked with Blue. I didn't like her on the show. Or in our group. That was before you care. Remember Andrew when she came and joined our group? I was like,
Yeah.
don't like her.
Yeah,
don't like her.
You thought she was stuck up, wasn't you?
Yeah, I did, and I thought she fucking had too much clout. Like whenever she said something, everybody fucking did it, and I'm like, so
Hey,
she's
I
just brand
argued
new.
with her all the time. And then, obviously,
then I got a crush on her.
you and me used to be like, all right, this fucking Blues come in here and just and then all of a sudden you were like, well, she's not that bad. And
I remember that as well. Because
not you, Blue, not you, Sam.
I remember when I was in Evolve, and I remember Griff and Goliath and Slim all talking about Blue's left Phoenix, and I'm like, who the fuck is Blue? Like, I never knew Blue, I never knew Phoenix. I really never paid attention to add-ons back then. I was like, what you all moaning at? She's left, where is she going to go? Where's Blue going to go? I'm like, why are you concerned where this person goes? They've left this add-on. But as you say, Blue was a big thing back then.
Well, she was the only woman. That was the only woman that was in Kodi at the time. I mean, if we go back to the only woman that was in it, she had a playlist in Phoenix. Phoenix was, that was part of TVA, hugely popular. She had Blue's Place, and her place. She had the own that she critique those, and she's very meticulous on everything she does. So every link worked. And as you were saying, Kara, back in the day when you used to have to make a link and you had to link it to the exact location where that file was. Unlike it was when we got Metalabob, which was
Yep.
completely different,
Mhm.
and spend days or hours and hours creating a TV show list.
Yep.
And but again, she was the only one at that time. Now, since then, we have a number of women that, with you and a number of other women that have come in.
Yeah. But I always remember them talking about Blue and somebody else. I think Valhalla might have been another popular
Yep,
one.
yep, Valhalla. Yep, he was part
Yeah,
of Phoenix.
Valhalla. And I was like, why are you going on about these people leaving an add-on? But as you say, Blue is the only woman. But the guys loved. They were like, "Oh, she's great at what she does. You can always rely on her with the links. Everything worked. Where is she going to go?" They were all panicking that she was maybe going to leave Kodi or something. But it's crazy. Like I just
Yeah.
remember that so much about them talking about it all the time.
She knew where she was going before she left.
Yeah, because she was hanging with us as just friends, and again, we go back to the history.
We
It was
we
just.
were just going to make an add-on for her.
There was a discussion of that. Yep. I remember talking about that she was going to have an add-on just for her. But remember when she was going to leave Phoenix and all the other guys, she didn't talk them into leaving. They disliked Adam so much that they're like, fuck this guy telling us what we're going to do or not going to do. And TMDB and Valhalla. And the only one that didn't leave was Rock didn't leave.
But also, it still was a good thing because he got another add-on out of it, and then Phoenix ended up getting some good playlists as in to replace them as well. So.
Yes. Yeah, Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix just brought in new playlisters and.
Oh, I didn't know that. So Phoenix was still out there when, like, even Blue and Costa and Vahal left, aye?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I thought they'd shut the add-on down because they had left.
No, they just morphed it. They just brought in new playlisters. Is all they did. They just brought in new people.
Do you know what I liked about Blue? She was straight to the point. That her voice, you would sit down and listen to her because she was so articulate in the way she spoke.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I liked about her forwardness. There was no trying to pretend to be somebody. She just was who she was, and that's what I liked about Blue. She was straight to the point.
But not rude.
No, not rude.
Again, not rude.
Nope.
But she was, and I remember when she first joined our group, Andrew, and Nan, and I'm like, why is everybody agreeing to her? And she became an admin right away. And I'm like, I had to work hard to become an admin. You know what I mean? It's like I had to fucking work for this. Oh shit! Oh hell!
Are you going on about it again now?
I pulled her in there, and I was the one that said.
Yeah, but again, yeah,
what
she
two
was.
things did you like about that, Todd?
What I liked about her, well, I can't talk about what the things.
Wasn't there a couple of things, wasn't there?
Oh, there was a couple. Couple reasons got me to Canada. No, but you're right, Kara. She was.
You must really love to go to Canada.
She was up front.
Yes,
but not in an aggressive, mean way.
Yep. She was very good at putting a point across and making you understand what she was saying.
Yes.
That's what I mean with articulate. She was really good at, but no being rude, but telling you it straight. And I always like that about people. I like people who will give you it straight, but you don't need to be rude about it. And she was never rude.
Yeah, she was good at telling you in a nice way that your ideas were shit.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew.
Hey guys,
she was really good at telling your idea was shit.
She's listening to all of this, isn't she? Her head's getting bigger.
In a nice way.
In a nice way. Your ideas shit. But moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off.
That's
yeah,
delicious.
you guys want.
Oh. Hey, lemonade, cranberry, I'll drink it all. Fucking, I'm starting to feel buzzed. All right, sorry, Sir Lamb. Blue rocked in here for a minute, bringing me another drink. She's trying to get me drunk. I think she's trying to take advantage of me tonight.
I got to get ready for work, so I'm just going to say goodbye. It's nice to see you guys.
Yeah, nice to see you as well,
I see you.
Good to see you also.
Okay, take care, guys.
Later,
too.
brother. Again,
I'm gonna
another.
I'm going to get going too.
Yeah, all right,
I'm going
Andrew.
to get going too.
Yeah,
All
and
right,
me.
all right. Well, we're at 3 hours, so I guess it's probably fucking time. And look, we got Mandy over in the side. Shrinking
It's
Sharon.
nearly 1 o'clock here as well in the morning, so I
Yeah,
need to get to bed.
100%. I
Always forget we're different time zones.
Yeah. We always think that we're the center of the world over here, but I'm sorry. Hey, before you guys ever, I'll go ahead and close the show. I just want to thank everybody that joined the show on the panel or on the side chat for this Kodi Talk. And we're just kind of bullshitting, remember and win, giving props to these people that have helped us along the way. And I just want to thank, I love this community. I use Kodi every single day. I've had opportunities to use a lot of other add-ons, APKs, but this is the one I use because it gives me more options. And it's because of the people that I have come close to and have become my friends. So I want to thank everybody. Support the people that are on this panel, as well as the other developers in Kodi. And Kodi matters to us because Kodi matters to you. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining the panel. And thank you for joining the sideshow or in the side chat. And we're out of here. I'm sorry. I've been drunk. I'm feeling good. Let's get out of here.
You're getting red.
We came, you watched, we gave it our best. Packed it all in, no time to rest. You laughed, you learned, you got the gist. Now it's time to leave, but you'll be missed. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. We hope you'll be back again. But for now, it's time to go. So get the hell out and close the door. We dropped some facts, we cracked some jokes, lit up the screen with all you folks. The clock says stop, the mic says done, but next week's gonna be more fun. The lights are dimming, the stage is clear, go grab some snacks or a frosty beer. The credits roll, the music swells, come back next week, we'll have more info to tell. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. We hope you'll be back again. But for now, it's time to go. So get the hell out and lock the door.